Yo, what up? Welcome to the
Whoa!
LSF podcast. We've kicked out Z. Let's
He's
go.
finally been arrested for his crimes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the stuff he said, there's a deleted episode that we couldn't release. We had to get that to the police. That's why we're a bit late on this one.
I thought the Hitler episode was bad, but
Yeah, oh, damn. He was Hitler would be cringing at the stuff Z was saying. It was actually
so
crazy.
true.
He'd be like, whoa, a bit far.
Hitler actually said, "Z, calm it down too far."
Yeah,
That
Z was
was
too busy
quote.
writing Mein Kampf 2, Electric Boogaloo.
He was making a Minecraft server.
Sorry, it was Minecraft. I think you mispronounced there. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's just me and Lanigal today.
A two-person.
A two-person.
The classic. We've done these like quite in recent succession, but now it's with me and Curly instead of Z and Curly.
I'm the consistent here. I'm the anchor.
They really are the glue that brings it all together.
My favorite thing, I actually just gonna lick and expose Z now. Z, who will happily take a week off if it's like something that we're all busy with, or like if we're all busy, he'd be like 2 week off. And then this week he was like, "I'm busy," and we're like, "All right, sweet." And he went, "But you're still gonna record a podcast, right?"
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's really cool," because I've actually been like super busy and I'm really tired. And he was like, "Well, you're still filming, right?"
Fuck you.
Yeah, this fuck you goes out to notice the Z. This will make us film a pod.
Yeah, fuck's sake. We're actually here under our will, against our will. He's in prison right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna send our goonies, his goonies, his goons at us. He's got the goonies on the
He's
job.
got the goodies. Yeah, he gets all of the revenue from this massive award-winning and profitable channel.
Distinguished podcast. We're probably
Yeah.
like top 3 in the Solomon Islands, maybe. I don't know. We
Probably
got
not.
one.
I don't think the fact that no one in the Solomon Islands watches us puts us in the top 3.
I'll get someone. I'll find
Yeah,
someone.
if we can get one viewer in like the Canary Islands and become the top podcast there, that'd be like pretty high.
Oh, we should do that. We should like reach out to like the ambassadors of some country. We're like, yo, brother, we got something for you.
We'll be the .tv.
Yeah, exactly. We just reach out and go, hey, can we just play this? Yeah, I wonder how much advertisement spaces cost in like really small places. Like, do you think
how much a billboard costs on like Fiji?
Yeah, well, Fiji's quite good for tourism and stuff. Like, it's quite popular. But like, I mean, like somewhere like our end of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like that random ass island that's like in the middle, like the middle of
Guernsey. How much
Guernsey.
How much does a billboard on Guernsey cost?
There's actual people in Guernsey. I'm talking about those places that have like 30 people.
I don't want to put a billboard up where there's no one.
I do. I want to see how much it is. I'm like, hey, do you have any billboards? Or like, no. It's like, okay, we'll pay you to make a billboard to advertise our podcast to every single person that lives on your little island. I think that's a strat.
I'm looking at the population of Guernsey to see how many people.
There's quite a few people in Guernsey. I also think
it's just under 65,000 people.
Yeah, that's too many. I'm talking about like 65.
That's too many eyes. We don't want that many viewers, to be fair.
Yeah, I want 65 people.
If you see one of our podcasts and you see that it's already got 100 views, please don't watch it. It'll make us embarrassed.
Yeah, if you see it gets 65, definitely don't watch. Click off right now if it's you. Don't watch.
If you see we've got 69 views, please don't watch that video. Let's keep that as long as we can.
Can you Google an island that's really small?
The Isle of Egg.
Oh, hey, oh. Is there an island? Wait one sec. Is there an Isle of Beans?
Isle of Beans.
Please. There must be an Isle of Beans.
The Isle of Egg is 87 people when it was last recorded in 2005. So there might be a few more.
There might be a lot less, maybe. I don't know.
Or more. Who knows? They might have a population spurt.
Is now the time to
invest. If you don't level up Isle of Beans first, no, that's...
No, I'm guessing there is no Isle of the Beans.
No.
No Isle of Beans.
No, we'll have to do it with the Isle of Egg.
Yeah,
Isle of Egg. Rename the Isle of Egg.
Isle of Egg, egg and beans and toast. The goated combo.
Yeah. I'm looking at the small Scottish islands that I know. So Ione has got like 170, so that's a bit too many.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm just trying to think like somewhere that has like maybe even just like a village, right? And we'd be like here.
Okay, so I found one. The Isle of Muck has 38 people.
Yo, that's perfect.
And what's Muck backwards?
Calm.
And everyone knows that because it's a Pokemon episode, because we haven't actually told anyone that yet.
Whoa. Yeah. I started talking about that. Yeah, it is. Today is officially the Pokemon episode,
Because we
including
haven't got
30 of
Notice a
those.
Z, noted hater of Pokemon.
Yeah, you should have seen what he was saying about Pokemon in the last podcast. Oh my god, that's why we had to cut it out.
Actually, I want to say this. He like was saying in the chat like, oh my god, like, why are you not why are you like doing the Pokemon one without me? But it's like you don't even own a Switch, so you haven't even played the last 2 generations. So
Actually, based on true, I think he's. I don't think he had a 3DS either. Probably, I don't fucking know.
oh yeah, and even the last one he played was on a Game Boy.
Yeah, he just played wrong. Yeah, he's like, is Chikorita still good?
No, Chikorita was never good.
We don't know,
not even in Gen 2.
I know, but you know what I mean. He's like, do they still have? Can you still use stones to evolve Pokemon? Is that a thing? that their little Eevee was good, eh? Am I right?
Yeah, I will say that
that's just enough evolutions for me.
We've done something a bit different for the tier list today, and I will say that some of my decisions have been influenced by the fact that I recently like actually played through Legends Arceus.
And it's goated.
It's so fun.
Yes.
Like, when I first played it, I was like eventually like fell off of it. I was like kind of like catching Pokemon feels too grindy, and like it was taking me ages to get like new Pokeballs and more Pokeballs. But
once you get going,
I think there's just like once there's like a little hurdle you get over, and then like you've got like the money to constantly obtain Pokeballs and like keep going.
You've got the movement,
like,
you've got
there.
the everything.
Yeah.
Like you're actually, it's such a good game.
Yeah,
and the rolling, I miss it.
Yeah,
I genuinely
super
miss.
good as well. Like
yeah, I'm kind of I'm shit at like I genuinely lost about 30 times that Avalok or whatever. I was so bad.
I wasn't too bad against Avalok, but fucking Arcanine killed me like so many times.
I think I did something really cringe. I think I accidentally like glitched it and just like won, like not on purpose. Like it just kept running like into like a thingy wall, and I was like, okay, sure,
Nice.
I guess I win.
And then I also made sure, like, I did this like beforehand when I was like replaying. I never did the fight like from like because you can like say let's start the fight from where I died.
Mm-hmm.
So then it like has like less health and stuff. I like never did that. I was like, nah, just try and do it in one go.
I was stubborn that way.
Yeah.
Until like 30 Avalok attempts. No, the problem is I just got too greedy. I get too greedy. I'm like, oh, I better get an extra swing in here.
Oh, it was so easy to get greedy with the Avalok one.
Yeah, because you're like, oh well, I know it's coming, and you throw it, and you're like, oh, no.
I think I beat Avalok without like sending out my Pokemon. I think I just like sandbagged him the entire time.
That's fair.
And then I actually I thought that I did die a few times on Avalok. I died a few times on Avalok, and I died loads on Arcanine. I thought those two were like way harder than like fighting like Dialga or Palkia at the end of the game.
Like, I didn't remember. No, I think I won. I did that straight away.
Yeah, I had no issues with that one. I think I might have died once just because it's like I think it's like either like a 2-hit or a 1-hit kill. So I was like, oh, I haven't quite learned the patterns yet. And then like I learned the patterns, and I was like, oh, easy, done.
The thing with Arcanine is you have so much less space. And some of those other, and the minute you have more space, it's the same with Avalok. The minute you have more space, you just spam.
Yeah, Avalok, you just have like this small like triangle, don't you, that goes towards him.
And you want to get really close to like be greedy and get more hits in or whatever, and then you're like, and then all of a sudden he does that thing where you have to run back, and you're like, oh well,
yeah,
I guess I'm dead now.
Yeah, because you can actually replay all the boss fights, and I replayed the Cleaver one, and I was like, oh my god, this was so easy.
Yeah, Cleaver was a joke, but I get it, it's the first one.
Yeah.
They couldn't have went
one
like...
thing I found weird was, like, Cleaver, like, had a mechanic of, like, once he does, like, his, like, run attack, you can make him hit the tree, and then that's how you get to the fight. The rest of them were just, like, eventually they will let you hit them and, like, get your Pokemon out.
It was just... Yeah, it's like they put all the design into the start, and then they went, ah, fuck it.
Yeah, like, the rest of them didn't have, like, a thing like that. I don't actually even remember the Lilligant fight.
Isn't there an Electrode? Do you fight the Electrode as well?
Yeah, you fight the Electrode.
I think I first timed that, but I heard loads of people had a problem with it.
Oh, I like first tried or like same thing, just learned the patterns and then got it.
Yeah, I think I watched... I can't remember. It might have been Alpharad or not Alpharad. Maybe, I don't know. Someone play it, and he was like, this fucking Electrode. I'm like, this is literally the easiest one.
Yeah, I didn't have any like problems with it at all.
Just don't go close and... Go. Yeah, it's really not that hard.
Like get out of the obvious range of the Voltorbs that are falling.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but yeah. So today we're talking about Pokemon. I thought we could go over maybe like a few hot takes or like what we perceive as like maybe these opinions aren't like the ones for the community. Um, First of all, before we get into our sort of big breakdown of some of our favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I thought like a good one we could start with is like it might not be like hot takes, but like what's your favorite and least favorite like generation?
I find this hard because the problem with these questions is that they're all shrouded in nostalgia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
I mean, my answer is definitely based on nostalgia. So,
my I would say Gen 3,
is your favorite?
but then I probably enjoyed the Pokemon from Gen 4 a little bit more
Okay.
sometimes. But I don't know. I think it was just because whenever like I felt like before Gen 3, until they introduced like the extra evolutions in Gen 4, some of the Pokemon just felt so incomplete. And then when they added
Yeah.
like Yanmega, Probopass, Gliscor, Electivire, Weavile, and I was like, this is perfect. You're just like, you're fixing the problems that existed before and making like not everything, but a lot of Pokemon that were basically useless or just
Yeah, I
like
mean, I
incomplete.
got into Pokemon after Gen 4. But like I always have a thing now, like going back, I can't play Gen 1, 2, and 3 unless it's like on a run where the physical special splits added in. Like it just makes the game feel so weird. Like so many Pokemon that like are like, like a physical like psychic type or some shit like that. Where it's like this shouldn't be a like this should be a viable Pokemon because the moves should be working in a different way.
Yeah, I
Like Blaziken or something. It's like Blaziken. Like how was Blaziken like any good in Gen 1, Gen 3?
it
Because
was
like
because you
obviously
were
it
a
has its
kid
fighting
and you
type
just
moves, but yeah,
you were a kid and you just maxed. It was the only thing with levels. It was level 70, and you had like
yeah,
you had the Kecleon that you had to catch, and then like Safari Zone Pokemon in your party, and
yeah. It's
that
true.
and something to serve.
Yeah.
You had a Wheelmer
I
or
mean, oh,
something.
to talk about Legends Arceus. I mean that was a problem with that game as well. It's like it's so easy to just like sneak up behind and then just like sneakily catch like level like 50 Pokemon, and it's
Yeah.
just like all my team's level 50 except for this. Like, uh, I think I went into like the final fight with like all my team being like level 60, 70. And then it was just like a level 95 Alpha Garchomp also on my team that I got, and I was
Yeah,
like, I
sure.
like this guy.
Yeah, I had the problem with the first thing I did was I went like hard in that game. I was like, I'm gonna catch everything before I move on anywhere else.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna catch everything I see. I'm gonna go out of my way to catch everything. So like I was like at the first area before you could even cross the like little bridge and shit. And
You're just there with being able to have like ultra balls
no no
because
no
of how
no
many like things
no
you've done.
no yeah, I was still just raw and like the basic stuff like crafting it myself and all. I was like, I'm a gamer, I'm a survivor. And then I was like went around the corner and I was like, oh big Snorlax, hey yo, and just like instantly got the big Snorlax and was like,
Yeah,
well,
the big Snorlax is so good.
yeah,
Like,
I was like, well, I guess you're mine now. And then like went around that corner and everything was way higher level than me, and I was like, no, go back. I
so
was
is there a
trying to like
generation that you think is like worse then?
worse. So
Like, I know you could say like Gen 1 is the worst
Gen
because it's
one is
like
the
the
worst.
first and like it's
Gen,
physically
Gen
broken or
one
whatever.
Gen one is the
Um,
worst. I don't think
yeah,
if you have Gen two available to you, there's no reason to play Gen one, in my
that's
opinion.
fair.
Because like Gen like cause technically you can do everything that you could do in Gen one or in Gen two, kind of. Unlike there's just more to it.
Yeah.
I think so. There's one game I didn't play that much of because I didn't own it until like later on, which was X and
X
Y.
and Y? Yeah. The
Yeah,
Gen 6.
and I think a lot of the Pokemon are really memorable from it, but at the same time, it just in my head it just happened. Like I don't remember any of these places. Like I played the game, but I barely remember any of the places. When I look at the map, I'm like,
Yeah.
where is everything? Like what am I looking at? Like where did that exist? Was that a gym leader? Like I'll just like forget that they existed, and I'm like, sure.
Yeah, I got Gen 6 Gen 6 when Auras came out. I got my
Hmm.
3DS and I got um it will have been X I got along with Omega Ruby. So yeah,
I
so I had like the same thing of like I didn't play Gen 6 when it came out. I played it alongside playing a Gen 3 game that like I hadn't played before. So like both of them were like new experiences, and yeah, the Gen 5 just sort of like, because like, let's be honest, like Gen 5's plot is like dog shit.
No,
So like the
no, and the best.
no, oh sorry, no, Gen 6, no, Gen 5 story is amazing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Gen
yeah.
6's
Gen
story is
6,
dog shit.
yes. I'm
Yeah,
a little
sorry,
edgy fire boy
sorry.
who's gonna be edgy for whatever reason. Like, it didn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
yeah,
Gen 5 was the only one with like actual story.
yeah. No,
that
sorry, Gen 5 God tier story. But
well,
yeah, Gen
I mean,
6 is
like
like,
it's a story which is god tier in the Pokemon world.
yeah, that's very true. It felt like you were playing a JRPG when you played Gen 5.
Yeah, because you can listen to N talk for like 6 minutes, and you're just
Yeah.
like, cool, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Gen 6, like I agree. I think like there's a lot of really cool designed Pokemon in Gen 6.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, I do also feel that like, and also, Mega Evolution, which I don't know, I kind of,
I
I'll be
love.
honest, I don't love Mega Evolution.
I
I
hated it
think
when I first seen it,
yeah.
and then it really grew on me the less I played with Mega Television. I never really played with it too much, so from my head, it's like just something that happened. I'm like, they're really cool, but then I think the problem with it is that it just leaves certain Pokemon without it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's what
I
makes it
think
cringe.
you'll maybe see when we look at our list, like the Mega Evolutions that I like and have looked at are the ones that most look like a new evolution for the Pokemon.
Yeah,
Whereas
see,
I think a lot of Mega Evolutions didn't look like that.
I kind of like those.
Which like is a reason, like if you like the fact that they don't look like a new evolution, they look like they've like powered up a Pokemon.
Mhm.
That's fair enough. I just didn't really like that. Like Mega Manetric, like what the fuck? Like
Yeah, imagine putting Mega Man and Trick on your list of like Pokemon. That'd be crazy. And that'd be crazy. It was a cool big lightning bolt, you know.
but like but yeah,
It
like I
also, it
like
also,
Mega
if you could,
Garchomp and stuff.
in terms of like lore inverted commas, it literally says like they release energy and like it hurts them. Like it's kind of cringe.
Yeah.
And
But
like, and
it's kind of cool that they went there though.
yeah, it's cool they went there, but at the same time, it's like people just casually been like, "Oh well, time to mega evolve," and
It's like,
like
yeah,
Gaily,
it's like I'll do it against a battle against like a Caterpie. That's fine. And it's
yeah,
like you're putting your Pokemon through such intense agony.
yeah, like Glalie literally breaks its fucking jaw to
Yeah,
open
like
its
it
mouth
can't. Yeah, it
wider.
can't. Yeah.
We're like, well, but we need to beat this trainer because he gives us money. Yeah, I
Also,
don't know.
Mega Kangaskhan as well. I mean, you're putting that baby through intense pain. So
I actually will say, I think that in terms of like, if we're gonna go for like a semi hot take, I think Sword and Shield are pretty good,
I really like Sword and Shield.
but most people
Like
don't think that.
I agree. Sword and Shield looks like dog shit and
Yeah,
has
who
some
cares?
annoying and has a couple of annoying characters.
Yeah, the
Like
music was good.
I agree that Hops. Yeah, I think the music's god tier. They clearly put a lot of effort into the music. I think it has some of the cooler Pokemon designs of like. Although actually, having said that, I think since Gen 6, they've kind of been onto winners. I've not had like too many Pokemon that I dislike. Um,
Yeah, I can't think of if I can't think of them, it's probably because I've just deleted them from my memory. So there probably is
yeah,
some, but
I
they're just
think they're
out of my
very like
memory.
yeah. I think they're very like hit and miss. Like they're very good or forgettable.
Yeah, I kind of like what they started doing with literally since Mega Evolutions, I guess, where they do this thing where they just pander to fucking the Gen Oneers. I like it and hate it because it's
Yeah.
good because it gets people attention back to the game. Because like they the Megas like when Mega Charizard, why did it have to have two? And that's
Well,
one
I
thing
mean,
I'll say.
even for before Oras, all of the megas were Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, cause they
Like
were just
yeah.
pandering to Gen Oneers. That's literally what
Yeah.
they were doing. And then they even did that like what in Sword and Shield with like Surfetched and stuff. And you're like,
Yeah,
remember that
yeah, I
shit?
mean,
Remember that shitty bird you got in
yeah, all
after
of
for
the
the third gym? Remember you'd always trade that,
I'm,
was it
I'm
Spearow?
trying to
Was
think
it?
if there was any that weren't. I think all of the Alolan forms were Gen 1, weren't they?
Oh, you're making me think. I can all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. What Muck, Meowth, Executor. There might
Rattata,
be one or two, but most of them
Meowth.
were Gen One.
But yeah, well, I think they were all Gen 1 because this I think there was like I don't know if it was intended at the time,
Yeah,
but what it did
Ninetales,
was
Sandshrew,
it
yeah,
it
Marowak.
meant that when they went back to, because the next game after Sword and Shield, after Sun and
Let's
Moon
go.
was Let's Go, which took you back to Gen 1, which obviously didn't have any dark types in, apart from if you got the Alolan forms when you did the trades. So it
Nah,
allowed for dark types to get into Gen 1. So I don't know if there was like a synergy that they expected and like worked in there on purpose, but it helped for that.
yeah, 100%. Like, realistically, like Gen 1 has, like, I think what the problem is in general with a lot of Pokemon fans is they look at the game and go, oh my god, this is just an ice cream. You're like, my brother in Christ, Execute is just some eggs.
Yeah.
What?
It annoys me so much. Like, I actually really like this might be one of my hot takes, but I really like Flamigo. And then, but there's so many people who are just like, it's just a flamingo, and it's
Yeah,
like,
but
yeah,
it's a fucking karate flamingo, like that.
yeah. One, it's like a fighting flamingo. Two,
Yeah,
and it's got like a knot in its neck, and it's made to look like a punching glove.
yeah,
And
it's
then
cool as
also
fuck.
look at some of the Gen 1 Pokemon. I mean, yeah, he's holding a leak, but he's just but Farfetch'd is a
One sec.
duck. Like,
Machop is just a buff guy. Machoke is just a
Geodude's a rock with
really
arms,
buff
my
guy.
dude. Like,
Machamp just gets some more arms.
yeah,
He's just a person. And
yeah.
they're like, oh, it's like Pikachu's just a fucking mouse. Come on,
And
Snorlax is
like
just a big
and
fucking
yeah,
bear.
and Pidgey and Spearow are just birds.
Just birds.
Yeah, like they didn't even just stop at one; they made two just birds.
Yeah,
Like,
Voltorb is Pokeball with
yeah,
eye. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Because there are some people who like are okay with object Pokemon, but don't like when it's
Vanillish,
like
for
just an
example.
animal. Oh well, yeah, so that's more like the object one here is. But yeah, it's like,
Hmm.
have you seen Magnemite? Have you seen like Muck's just a pile of slime?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah, but yeah,
Corsola,
it's
just
like
coral. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but yeah, it's the people who are like, oh, Flamingo's just a flamingo, like they didn't even add anything to it. It's like, yeah, well, look at like every bug type. Look at like all of the butterfly
Caterpie, just
Pokemon
a
that are just butterflies.
caterpillar.
Yeah, I
Caterpie,
mean you've got
literally
like
just a
yeah,
caterpillar.
you've got Butterfree, you've got Beautifly, you've got Vivillon. They're all just fucking the same butterfly over and over again.
Hmm.
It's like at least we haven't had a flamingo before.
Like one of my favorite, like in terms of like we'll talk about it, but like the regional bird thing. I love Starly and Staraptor and Staravia. I think they're fucking cool as hell. But
I
no,
I I like them, except I really liked Staraptor when I saw it in the anime.
yeah.
But like in game, I don't think it looks as good.
Do you know why I loved it? I remember this vividly as a child. I was coming up the fight. No way you get the rival fight right before the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Um, my Staravia was not long evolved into a Staraptor at that point because I was a child. I was using it just to fly, and then all of a sudden it learns close combat, and I'm like, that's a big fighting move, but he's a
Yeah.
bird.
Yeah.
What? So I was like, this is kind of the goat for real, for real. I also just love this little fucking emo fringe. Like,
Yeah. Like at the time and like when I was younger, I was like, oh, this is so cool. But now, like when he's, I think his 3D model doesn't do him any favors
no.
because his head kind of looks like a 5-pointed star now. Like, and then like the middle star is just like he's like because his fringe can't go off to the side like constantly like it did in the anime. It was like it
Hmm.
was worked for 2D because it could constantly just be going over the side covering one eye.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas now
exactly.
it's like in the middle.
Yeah,
Let
no,
me
they would have to increase its fringe to be like full Karen haircut to make it
you'll
actually
have to
cover its
you'll have to
eye.
look this up yourself if you're watching because we're not showing images on this podcast. But I'm just
Not
saying
yet.
Curly the but yeah, like it just like rests in the middle and it just looks really weird.
Yeah,
So now I never want to like evolve my Staravia because I still really like Staravia.
it's also worth pointing out that what you call it? Oh, shit, I was looking at something that reminded me of what I was about to say. Oh no, I've lost it. Oh, Krabby, just a crab. Kingler,
Krabby
just
is
a
just a crab.
just a
Yeah.
bigger fucking crab. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then people are like, "Oh, I hate Crabrawler." It's like it's actually just a better designed Krabby. They've
I
actually
like
thought about
Crabrawler.
what it is.
I'll be honest, I don't like
Abominable.
Crabominable.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
But that's a design thing, not a concept thing. Like
Yeah, but like they've actually instead of like just going, okay, let's just make a crab. They went, okay, let's look up like a particular crab. Let's take inspiration from it. That's where everything
yeah.
comes from. If you look hard enough at every single thing in the fucking world, it's inspired by something. Someone's
Yeah.
done something, looked at something, and went, I'm gonna change that a little bit, or I'm gonna hyperbolize it. Like Semi unrelated. I was spent the whole of my work days for the past 3 days watching an 8 hour long video explaining the whole story of Jujutsu Kaisen because I couldn't be fucked to read it. Um,
Yeah.
and there's like a guy who has an ability in that where he just like he makes like a courtroom, and if you lie, then you get your powers taken away, kind of thing, right? And everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, so creative." I'm like, "That's been done. Like, I've seen that before." Like the guy who was doing the reading was like, "Oh, it's such a cool power, blah 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 blah." I was like, "It's just the law. It's. Don't get me wrong. There was creativity to it, and there was like a bit of banter on how it was done. But, like, it's
Yeah.
not that revolutionary. It is a cool idea,
Yeah.
but like, come on. Like, if you look at anything
But
too
don't be
hard, they're
against
all
like
just
new.
inspired by real life. It's like Big Man's a lawyer, and then gets an ability to fucking be a judge. Wow, groundbreaking. Like, but
Yeah.
it's cool when you're reading it, but then when you take a second to think about it, you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's really not. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm trying to
No,
think. Like,
that's fair. Yeah.
are there any Pokemon that are just like completely unique creatures? Really?
Not really. Well, one of the things I actually like about specifically Sword and Shield is I watch a lot of like Pokemon. Like there's a YouTuber called Loxton and Noggin who does
Yes.
yeah, he does like the meaning behind all of the Pokemon and what their design like references are.
Yeah.
And like every single Pokemon in Sword and Shield like has references to like the UK. And like I mean, to be fair, I think there's like a lot of like one of the like
Liberty.
lead designers of Pokemon is like British. So there's like,
He's
you know,
American, is he not? More or less?
I thought there was a British guy that
Maybe there is now, but I
in
remember
creatures.
in Gen
Because
5 it was
I remember the guy who like created Vanillish, I think is
American. He was
British.
the first. No, is it? I thought he
Is he
was
American?
American. Yeah, well, he was the first non-Japanese person to design a Pokemon, and it was Vanillish and like someone else. It was ones that people didn't like. That's all I can remember. It was Vanillish and like something else. It was another 3 stage evolution from that gen.
James Turner. Yeah, James Turner is from England.
Was he from England? I thought he was American.
Yeah, it's from Lincoln.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I thought it was British, but yeah, so you know, one of the people who designs the Pokemon is British, so you know that the design like there's someone there that's going to give you good designs that are based on
Yeah,
things to do with British culture and like things
yeah,
like that.
like even
Like even to the design of like the people in Sword and Shield, it's like the this I don't know if it's the same for like Northern Irish schools and that, but like the younger like children trainers, they wore like a jumper and like a jumper and trousers, which is like
yeah,
how primary schools
yeah.
are.
That's how we do it.
And then the secondary school sort of aged characters all wore like
Blazers.
blazers and things.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it was like accurate.
yeah, exactly. It's like
And then like the female trainer had like they had like a really short squat tie, which was like a thing that like a bunch of teenagers did at like my school
it's the
anyway.
same. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly the same.
So
The
it was just
shorter
like
you
those
get your
attentions to
tie,
detail.
the cooler you
Yeah.
wear. That was kind of the rules.
Yeah.
The bigger you could get the big fucking knot at the top, and the
Yeah.
shorter you could get the tie. Damn.
And then everyone at my school used to go around and pull your tie down to make the knot tiny.
What'd you call it?
Spoff knotting.
We called it Thailanding.
Thailanding. That's great. I have no idea where the term spoff knot came from,
Neither.
but I think it's just some sort. I think spoff must be some sort of like nerd, so it's like nerd knot essentially.
Ah, okay. I don't know.
But
It was
yeah,
just a word that
someone must have just said spoff knot, and then everyone just thought, yeah, that works.
I don't know what it feels like. One of those words that just gets handed down. Like I don't know where the hell I learned the word from. I can't remember the first person that I met that used it. But the minute it happened, everyone just knew what to call it. It was like a fucking instinct. Like yes, it is. It's called Thailanding.
Spoff knot is also the name of my Slipknot cover band.
But yeah, in terms of like hot takes, I guess maybe Sword and Shield was actually good. Is one, and that it isn't even a hot take. This is just a real take. Most of the games not made by Game Freak are probably the best Pokemon games.
Where apart from, I don't think they made the new, Diamond and Pearl, did they?
Oh, bar that. Excuse that.
Yeah,
Yeah, get that.
yeah. Whoever made that, don't fucking get them back again.
Oh, well, to be fair, they were
biggest piece of shit.
to be fair, they were probably just given it and told to like make it as quickly and easy as possible because it's
Yeah,
not their
true, to be fair.
priority.
It's probably not their fault, but also
Mhm.
it was still dog shit. So
I bought it, genuinely played like I beat 2 gyms and went, I don't want to play this. Why did
yeah,
I buy this?
I can't like I said this to you off podcast before because I've been playing Legends Arceus, there's a you can only get Darkrai if you own one of those games. Like that's the only thing that's ever made me slightly want to get that remake.
Yeah, I have Darker.
Just to get Darkrai.
Yeah, that's it.
Um,
I feel like now that like whenever I load up any game, it's like, oh, you have save data from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Have your Pikachu hat every single time. I'm like, thank
yeah,
you.
it's like literally like when I because like I've apart from that I've got everyone on like every game on the Switch for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, I only have Let's Go Pikachu. I don't have Let's Go Eevee, but they don't care about those save data anyway. It's like save data from one of them, save data from Sword and Shield, and save data from Arceus, and it's like I went on and then did and it was like, hi, hi, I'm the Impaldea, I'm the phone case person, and it's like, oh, it looks like you've got save data from another life.
Oh yeah,
And
they
it's
give you the
like,
Arceus
you've
film.
got this one and this one and this one, and it's like, oh my god, just say you've played lots of games.
I never
Just
talked to
give me
that person.
one. Just give me one.
Because I didn't barely talk to any of the NPCs in that game.
To be fair, there's not a lot of them that you can talk to. I will say, as much as I really like Scarlet and Violet, there is something I think that's lost about the fact that you can't go in any buildings anymore.
Mm.
Like all the houses are just like empty facades at the front.
Some of them you
And
can go in, but not very many.
and a lot of people just have text bubbles that like appear as you go past them rather than stopping and talking to them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. Can't wait to get to school today.
Yeah, like I'd much rather like have to like stop, be unable to move my character, and then it pop up and say, I'm so tired, and then let me move
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I get that. Because like, why would you be overhearing all these conversations? Like,
Yeah, I'm a
yeah.
nosy character. Like, well, actually, like, it's less your character's nosy. It's like, why are these people just constantly exclaiming how tired they are?
Yeah, what's that? What
They're like,
actually is your character can read everyone's mind, and as you walk past them, you
that's
just see
that's
their
more
thoughts.
that's more so what it feels like. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like your character's a mind reader.
Mm-hmm. Some guys are like, "Fuck, I hate my wife."
Yeah.
This kid's a piece of shit.
It's like, look at this ugly ass kid, and
The kid's just like, I love my dad.
Yeah. I will say, like, also, like, I noticed I am a sucker for the character, like the old Pokemon being redesigned, more
Yeah,
so than new character, like new Pokemon.
yeah. I'm also yeah. I'm.
Like,
I
I
got
would not be
baited.
happy. I would not be happy if they did a full dex of like, if they were just like, let's do Gen 1, but we'll make them all different types and stuff. I'd be like, that's cringe.
Oh yeah, that's
But
cringe. But like getting a new
I
one
like the
near
amount that
2 or
they've
3.
got. Yeah.
I will say I think people. I really like that. No, instead of doing the Alolan form, they or not Alolan, sorry, Paldean form, they did the Divergent Evolve thing with Wiglet
Yeah,
and
well, I like how they did both. Like they were like, yeah,
yeah,
we're still doing those other forms, but we're also going to do it differently as well.
because I think it kind of makes sense the way they did it.
Yeah, I think
Because
we should have got
like,
more than two though. Like I feel
oh, I
like they
agree.
didn't
They
really.
might add got DLC.
We might get them in DLC because we did get Slowpoke. We got Galarian
Hmm.
Slowpoke in the DLC before.
Yeah, because like
Um,
it kind of makes sense because most of the other forms are just like Ninetales, but it grew up in the ice. Like
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's not like that different. It's just an icy Ninetales,
yeah,
and like
it is a bit strange. I think Divergent Evolutions because it's like, oh, this mushroom Pokemon just grew up to look a lot like Tentacool.
I think the
But
whole
I also don't care that it's just a bit weird because I just like them. So
yeah, Toadstool and Toadscruel,
because
whatever they're called, they're cool as hell.
yeah, and then I don't really care for
Wug
Wiglet
Trio is kind of
for
eh.
Wugtrio, but they're not
I
all
like
going to be hits
Wiglet.
anyway. I
I
still
liked
like the
Wiglet. I
concept.
didn't like Wug
Wiglet's
Trio.
alright. Yeah,
I kind of would have liked it if it just became like big Wiglet. You know what I mean? Like just like
yeah,
big sand snake or whatever. But instead they went with the obvious Wug Trio.
yeah. Because I like the concept because to be fair, people have kind of given the concept of like Divergent Evolutions before, like
Mm,
when they've made like fan Pokemon, but they've like said it as like Alolan forms and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, but they've really sort of clearly defined like these other forms of Pokemon. Like you'll still be able to see that this is like let's have a look at which one have I got on here. Like Decidueye. Like
Mhm.
like you can clearly tell that these are both Decidueye. This one has just had like different conditions for its evolution.
Yeah, whereas if you look at Wiglet, like Wiglet independently, you'd be like, that doesn't really look like a Diglett that much.
Yeah, it's just a Pokemon that looks like a Diglett, but it's clearly like a worm rather
Clearly,
than
it's yeah, exactly. It's like
like
a
a mole
mole.
creature, and it's like that's clearly a mushroom that looks like tentacle, and like a little jellyfish that looks like Toadstool.
Yeah, whereas literally all of the other forms, it's like, oh yeah, you know, you just don't look like Zigzagoon or whatever. It's just a different colored fucking
Yeah,
Zigzagoon. Like it's not
yeah,
like it's a completely different animal. It's not like, oh, it's got wings and it's whatever. It's like then it's just a bird. You know what I mean? It's not a fucking little rodent
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. I like all of the different ways that they go now. Like if they reveal for example, we knew about Paldean and Wooper for a while.
Yeah,
It's like you never know like what direction that's going to go. Like we could have got Paldean and Quagsire, but we
yeah.
didn't
And we
because
could,
that
or
because
we could have got fucking Paldean Quagsire, and then fucking like Obstagoon had like
yeah, and then
fucking
yeah, we
whatever.
could have got an extra thing. I like that it's always like different, like or they'll add like an extra evolution to like Bisharp. Like I know that's maybe closer to like how they did in Gen 4,
Yeah.
but who's to say that it'll be obtainable in different generations? I mean,
Before we talk about more Pokemon, because we're eventually gonna get onto that.
yeah,
One more question before we get into the list that we have this week, because we're going to talk about it for a fucking while. It's a big one.
yeah.
What do you think about? People always talk about another type in Pokemon.
Hmm. So in terms of balance, I don't think it's needed.
Because
The
Fairy was needed when it came in, and it
Absolutely.
did the job.
I mean, before Fairy was in there, you literally had like Sableye and Spiritomb, um, maybe some others. I'm not 100% sure. Who just had like no weaknesses. Um,
They weren't the biggest issue. It was mainly
because
just
it's like,
Dragon types were just so
but
unbelievably strong.
dragon types were. But, oh well, you also had we had Hydreigon, who was Dark Dragon, who like
Just
just had like
destroyed.
no counters and would destroy. Yeah,
Yeah. So it was needed when it came in, and I like that they went back and like
yeah,
redid Pokemon that was like clearly fair, like fucking Clefairy literally has fairy in its fucking name.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're like, it makes
Yeah, I
sense.
do personally think that I wish they'd left Jigglypuff normal.
Yeah, and how it's different from Clefairy.
Yeah,
Because I feel
but
like
they
like,
also. I'm glad Chansey didn't get Fairy.
yeah, I feel that.
So, because like I guess there's actually from Gen 1, you've got Chansey stayed normal, you've got Jigglypuff went full out, and then Clefairy went half and half.
And then
Although
Mr. Mime.
actually, yeah, I think I'd rather have
Mr. Mime went fairy also.
Jigglypuff. Yeah, he did also go Fairy. You're right. I'd rather have Jigglypuff have been the normal Fairy. I think actually, and then
Yeah, I
Clefairy be
get that.
full Fairy.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But the biggest one I see that people put forward is the sound type. That's the one that I see the most people
Yeah, I
saying
see
about.
sound and I see light because they want it to be like the opposite of dark.
Yeah, the
I don't
problem
think
with
see
that
light
is
see.
that dark in Japanese isn't dark.
No, it's like evil.
It's
Isn't it?
evil.
It's like,
So they would need what a fucking hero type? Like you're like that
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Like because they would end up
No,
just giving it a whole bunch of
I already
fighting
think,
types.
I already think that like Fairy feels like an antithesis to Dark anyway in terms of its energy and its like
It's vibe.
vibe. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, the sound one that then they always put like a few Pokemon forward, and I'm like, I get it, I
Yeah,
do.
I do get it. I just feel like
But there's a bunch of
um
moves that like are normal that could easily be a different type one, like fucking hyper voice, like
yeah,
growl, screech, whatever.
I'm kind of fine with normal being the sort of the stand-in sound type though.
Yeah, what they need above normal. Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, there's already like because sound-based moves have like some specific properties, don't they? Like throat chop stops them, and some people get boost to it, and
Yeah,
like throat spray works when you use sound-based moves.
Yeah, and certain
So
Pokemon
like
are immune to sound-based moves as well. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. So like I like the fact that sound is like a thing in the game, but I don't think it needs to be its own type because then you do have to like figure out like, well, what cares about it, like, and how does sound interact with all of these things? I would
Yeah.
say that for a lot of these Pokemon, sound would interact normally with these things.
Well, if you had to make
So
a guess, you would just do it on like anything that breaks from too much sound. So it'd be ice just getting nerfed again. It'd be strong against ice.
yeah,
What rock maybe?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you would just say like rock, steel,
Ground, maybe.
ground, ice. Maybe you could say if
But
you're
then
like it breaks.
it steals at push.
Yeah,
Maybe steel would resist it. Buff steel.
yeah,
I just don't think. I think the problem is then at this point they've gone so far where there'd be so many Pokemon that already have dual types that they would nearly have to change to fit in. Because like you look at like that, would Rillaboom not also be a Sound type?
yeah.
Would
Primarina already has
Primarina
like Primarina already has like
Toxtricity
But then like is Primarina isn't is Primarina's
Siren?
ability? Yeah, does Primarina's ability make sound type moves water? Is that what that does?
God, I cannot remember.
Let me have a
Sound
look.
type, yeah, Sound type moves. Yeah, it's already in the
Yeah.
game.
I mean, it pretty much is. That's kind of my thing with it.
Yeah,
It's
what do
like,
we, Ludicolo?
yeah.
Does it get sound? Does it get Sound type?
Oh, your Ludicolo should get.
Chatot?
Chatot 100% should be.
Yeah,
You would, but for like Chatot, you would, because is Chatot normal flying? I assume.
yeah,
You would just remove normal, wouldn't you,
normal.
and then replace it with
Yeah,
that because
but there's
all of the
some.
sound type moves would start being sound as well, wouldn't
Yeah,
they? So
like there's some like Toxtricity with
yeah,
literally is like.
Toxtricity
But the
is
problem is
like
it's poison electric, and that's its whole thing.
yeah, well, exactly, yeah.
You'd be like it'd be too hard to go back and look at the Pokemon that should probably get it. That one, Noivern, Swoobat,
Yeah.
maybe Zubat and
Well,
Crobat and
what do you do?
everything.
And yeah, what do you do for Noivern?
Yeah, exactly. You have to get rid of flying, maybe. I don't know. Fucking though.
Well, it
Flying, isn't
definitely
it?
flies, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but there's lots of Pokemon that fly that don't have fucking flying. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. To be fair.
I'm pretty sure Kingdra just fucking levitates, and, and nobody ever points out that it just fucking levitates.
Yeah, well, all the fish Pokemon levitate though.
No,
So
but in most of in the anime, Magikarp flops around, right? But Kingdra just hovers.
oh, I don't think I've ever seen Kingdra out of the water in the anime.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just hovers. You're like, you know what? Sure, run it.
Ah, yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, Primarina's hidden ability is Liquid Voice,
Yeah, well, there
which
you go.
makes sound-based moves water type.
Mm. Yeah.
So like they already like admit that those things exist. What do you why would you? I looked at the effective moves and one of them's Perish Song. It's like why does that matter?
Increase accuracy. I don't fucking.
Actually,
Heck,
to be fair,
Ghosts.
you could Perish Song Ghost. That's kind of interesting.
Is it
Actually,
normal? Is Perish or normal? I assume that is.
yeah, Perish Song is normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of the sound based moves that are affected by this are normal, except for Disarming Voice, which is Fairy,
Fairy.
which is kind of stupid for Primarina
It's
because it's
fairy
just
anyway.
like
So
moving it from being stabbed to different stab. Yeah.
yeah, she's Moonblast or some shit instead. You're fine.
To be fair, you shouldn't be using Disarming Voice.
But I guess we'll move on to our tier list because we got a big
Yeah, we got plenty of stuff.
chonker.
We'll be talking about like Pokemon designs and stuff while we talk about it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're nice and spaced apart, so I couldn't be. I just removed Z from the middle.
it was about time. That's what everyone was saying.
So this might not. What we'll do is, should we just go through a type at a time and a gen at a time, so I can zoom in and give a better viewing experience?
Yeah, let's do a type at a time.
Yeah, let's start with
yeah, and then
normal.
we'll like start with. Is this my one? This is your one.
This is my
we'll
one.
Start. Yeah, we'll do yours and we'll do like yours, mine,
Okay.
based on the types.
Let's just zoom. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. So Gen
Look
1.
at it. It's Snorlax.
I went with Snorlax. Out of all the options, Snorlax is kind of the goat for real.
Yeah, to be fair, after like the fairy and like actually no, it would just be fairy being the one that affected it. But taking away some of like the more distinct Pokemon from Gen 1, there isn't that many like cool normal types anymore.
Yeah, Snorlax is about as cool as it gets. And like
yeah.
The problem is some of my choices, actually I say some, a lot of my choices are influenced by the anime, and Ash's Snorlax is cool as hell.
Ash's Snorlax is amazing.
It also has like 400 moves.
Yeah, I saw the video where it's like fighting the Hariyama or something, and like uses 6 moves without like leaving the battle.
Yeah, he's Ice Punch, Hyper Beam, Body Slam, like everything.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Absolute Giga Chad.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just cool. And Gen 2, there actually wasn't really that many options in Gen 2, but the goat reigns on top. Dunsparce.
I don't know if it's I don't know if I'm just like too late into the community or something, but I just don't care about Dunsparce at
The
all.
the reason it's just because it was so useless for so long, and
Yeah.
I wanted it to be good. Yeah, everyone's like it's gonna get good. Trust,
Yeah,
trust.
it'll be a dragon, trust.
Yeah, everyone's like trust. It'll be a big ass dragon.
It will become Drampa, I promise.
And spoilers, it does not. Next is Kecleon, right? I think
Kecleon, yeah.
Kecleon's ability is so cool. I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
And
Kecleon is an interesting design, like
oh,
in terms of its
also, Kecleon was one of the few Pokemon that was released before its Gen was out because it was in the Gen 2 anime.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that,
and that was actually like before it was finalized how it was gonna look as well, because they had like the two different coloured ones, didn't they?
I think there is two different colored ones. Anyway, I think it's gendered now. What the default color is?
No, it was like purple in the anime, and like it's still green, like
Yeah, because
regardless
when I
of.
clicked on this thing, there was the option for the purple one.
I think that's just a reference to the anime.
Either way, I just remember it being like, this is cool. This is like a Pokemon I've never seen before. It's a little lizard boy. It changes, goes invisible and stuff. Cool as hell. And you'd always catch one. When at least I did when I was a kid, because all my Pokemon would be like level 10, and by the time you get to Fortree City, it's like, yo, a level 30.
Yeah,
Whoa, get in my ball. Um,
it's
next
cool
I
that
have.
I don't know when it was given this, but I just saw that it was given the hidden ability Protean. That's cool.
That's cool. It's been a while, I think. I think I remember it being like using like an NU competition
Yeah,
for it.
it is
uh,
unfortunate that Protean is now shit, but
yeah. Next was Chatot. Two reasons. The fact that it was banned for a long time
yeah,
because it could
Chatot the
swear.
Giga Chad bad boy Pokemon because he can
Yeah,
say slurs.
you can say slurs and swear, and then they were like, "Fuck, we didn't think about
Let's
that."
not let this one into tournaments.
Yeah, like, it comes out and says, "Fuck you, bitch." And two, because I used one in my first playthrough, because you could trade one like really early on in the game, and I just
Yeah.
used it for the whole time. And I was like, "This is cool." I used chatter. I used everything. I was like, "This chatter cool as hell," and it's got a little a little note, like a little musical note as a head.
Yeah,
It's just a cool little
Chatot's
design.
physical design is so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got like the metronome tail. It's got the note in its head, and then it's got like a ruff, which is kind of like gives vibes of like a orchestral or like classical
Mm-hmm.
vibe.
It would actually look so shit without that, because
Yeah,
it gives more emphasis on the head being its own like shape. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
If that
yeah.
sounds
I
silly,
agree. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not a designer. Don't come at
yeah.
me.
No, like Chatot is like underrated in terms of like the normal birds. I think
Mm-hmm. Next is Stoutland. Just look at him.
I love Stoutland. I love
Would
that
you?
entire line actually.
Yeah. Would you not just want to get on him and give him a big hug? Like, for, like honestly, like it looks so
Oh
fluffy.
yeah, honestly, if you it would that would be like the big like mustache must feel like so nice to just like rub
Mm-hmm.
against. Yeah.
I'm fairly
And
sure
then also like in
they're
the
not that
anime,
tall.
like the yeah, I don't know. I mean, you ride it in Sun and Moon, but
Yeah, but I
also
think they're
you're
shorter
meant to
than
be like
you.
a small 10-year-old. So
Yeah. So like I think it's probably like 4 foot something. But even still,
yeah, well, you can. It's all like the
like
sizes of
Charizard's
weapons and
smaller
stuff are
than the
all like
average
messed up,
person.
aren't they?
You know
Yeah,
what I
it's like
mean?
it's smaller than the average person in the games thing, but then in the anime they're like bigger, and then sometimes they're all different sizes, and it's like whatever. It's
Yeah, it
like
just gives an average size, I guess, is
yeah,
the way they're saying them.
yeah, I
I
guess
think
so.
Stoutland's cool. Also, stab like fucking double edged. Stoutland's pretty
Yeah,
jacked that way. It actually just goaded.
Stallin's an absolute boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, like in the anime, in the Sun and Moon anime, there's like one that dies, and it's like super
Oh,
sad. Yeah.
I remember. Who was it? Was it? Oh, who was it? Oh, one of the Pokemon Ash caught. What was it?
Yeah, Litten. The
It
Litten
was
was like
Litten.
friends
I was
with
like,
it.
was it
Yeah,
Litten? And then
yeah.
is that? I'm pretty sure that episode won awards for like,
It wouldn't surprise me. It was like a like
because it was like a way of like introducing death to children that
yeah.
wasn't
So
that brutal.
also so weird. Like because like the other like some of the other series of the anime like they got like not like serious in terms of like serious topics, but like
Hmm.
the vibes were like oh I'm like a serious Pokemon trainer and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like
Whereas
do you
like
remember?
Sun and Moon was like let's be happy and go to school and like
Yeah,
which I
like do you
guess
remember?
also makes sense for that one where you know less is happening and they're just sort of exploring and being in the school is probably the better situation to
Yeah,
give
because like
like a
Pokemon
lesson
got
about
serious
character.
after the episode where the guy's holding his child at the fucking helicopter and drops him into the jungle to get picked up by Kangaskhan. That's after then. That's when it started to get serious.
Yeah, so true.
I seen that recently on Twitter and was like, "Who the fuck allowed this? Who let this
Yeah.
man have a child?"
Yeah. I also find that sort of thing funny where it's like, yeah, well, we're allowed to show that to children, but then there's that one scene where there's a guy with a gun. Yeah.
Yeah,
To be fair, he does point it at Ash, so
he does. Yeah.
that was kind of bad.
Next is there was actually so little options in Gen 6 for normal types.
Yeah, Gen 6 did not have very many options.
So I kind of copped out, as you can see by my fire choice.
I kind of like Fletchling, to be fair.
I like the whole line, to be honest. The whole line is kind of fucking goated.
Yeah.
Because like the fact that it goes from this to this.
I'll say it, Fletchinder underrated in the line.
It's a
I think
perfect
it's
transition. It couldn't have went from that to
Yeah.
that. It could not have went from that to that.
And like it's like a good transition and works on its own.
Next is Drampa. Look at this fucker. Look at him.
Evolution of Dunsparce.
Evolution of Dunsparce before it got retconned.
I really don't like. I don't really get it. Like I don't see that.
Look at
all with those two Pokemon.
Look at he got wings.
It's just because, like yeah,
got
I mean,
wings.
Drampa
Yellow.
doesn't even have wings.
He got yellow.
Drampa doesn't even really have wings.
He does fly.
Are they
It
like
does fly.
are they like wings that are on the floor? I don't really know. I don't really understand Drampa's design.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon snap at flies.
Fair enough.
So wings. I think it don't get flies. It flies like how dragons fly in Japanese mythology. If like you know,
okay.
like what they do is how dragons work in Japanese mythology. To my understanding is that they create and pull clouds opposed to actually flying.
Right. Okay.
Because like,
that's cool. I never knew there was like a.
I watch One Piece, so so I know everything about Japan. There's a guy who has like it's like a fish fruit, but it's actually a dragon because like Magikarp fish dragon thing. And what he does to fly is he pulls clouds in the air, but like he creates them and then pulls them so he can walk on the thing. I'm like, I guess that makes it. It's a cultural thing. I say cultural thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're about to say it makes sense. Like it doesn't, but it's like there's like an understanding there of what it's doing.
Yeah, if a bird can create fire, a fucking dragon can create clouds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've just noticed. You might have to scroll across your little thing to where you've got the fighting and poison type of this gen.
Yeah.
But why are Crabrawler and Muck just doing the exact same pose?
Wait, what? In mine? 1 sec.
Yeah, you've got Alolan and Muck and Crabrawler.
Oh my god, they are!
They're just in the exact same pose.
Just a reskin. Yeah, they got lazy.
just retextured.
Next is Hisuian Zoroark. Oh, it looks so good.
So it is so good. Like when I first saw it, I was like, they made it so edgy. And then when I was playing like Zoroark already is edgy, to be fair, but I was like they made it more edgy. And then I was kind of like, oh, it's not that cool because like I didn't think it had illusion, but that's just because there are no abilities in Legends Arceus. And then like as soon as it got illusion again, I was like, oh no, an illusion normal ghost type is badass.
Yeah, have you seen the animation?
What for illusion?
For Legends Arceus that they released on the Pokemon channel.
Oh no, I've not seen it. No.
Oh, you need to watch it. This boy like goes into I'll basically explain it, but like he's in the forest with his dad. I know how they don't like Pokemon in this timeline, like or this part of time.
Right, yeah.
He gets like hurt, and then he like tries to like save a Zoroa, the pre-evolution, and and then it like looks after him and stuff, and then it like. Oh, it's so good. I'm pretty sure it also won awards. I'll send it to you after. Okay. Oh, it's so well animated and it's so like cute and so everything and
yeah.
And then the kid grows up to become a doctor and looks after Pokemon and it's great. The Dunsparce though, you know what I'm saying?
So
triple form.
Are you one of the people who's like happy with the Dunsparce, or are you like they?
I'm not happy, but I kind of think that they went. Hey yo, let's just make them longer.
Like, what would you have wanted Dunsparce to have done?
I think everyone wanted him to be a big dragon, to be honest.
But I don't understand. Like, do you want it to just be like a massive leap? Like, would he have like arms and legs now?
Yeah, it doesn't evolve till it doesn't evolve till like level 50.
would it just be like Dunsparce's face on like Haxorus's body or something?
No, I was thinking more like imagine like scary Drampa. You know what I mean? Scarier Drampa. Drampa, but on roids. You know what I mean?
I'm imagining Drampa with like a drill tail and Dunsparce's face.
I was kind of hoping, even if it went for
Except
like,
Dunsparce's eyes go from like being like the outward to like that, so they're
imagine
angry.
actually imagine it
Inward.
more like score, I guess, like the same thing where it goes like upright.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not like that
Fair enough.
exactly, but it could have went for a similar sort of thing. But like instead of like being like a bat sort of thing, it could have been like a dragony kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah, no, I see that.
But at the same time, I think this is funny. Like,
Oh, it's so funny.
they knew they had to do something. They were like, "Hey yo,
Yeah.
add another body."
I kind of feel like they went, we can't please everyone with this, so let's please no one. That's kind of the vibe I get.
I was excited that it got an evolution because I think there's so many, not so many, but there's a few Pokemon that still need to be done, like finished. You know what I mean? And Dunsparce was one of them.
Who do you think still needs an evolution?
Dunsparce was the last one that came to my head,
Okay.
like recently, and I can't think of like some of them. They've done a really good job of making them better. Like you know, like Mischievous needed an evolution. They got Mismagius.
Yeah.
Honchkrow existing, it was just so much better. If I think of one, I will come at you, but I cannot think of anything right this very second.
One I found interesting was King Gambit.
I don't think it was needed.
I didn't think Bishop needed another one, but I like it as a 3-stager.
I would have liked it if they had done like Gardevoir, Gilead kind of thing, where like female
split
Bisharp was a queen and then King Gambit. Like,
yeah.
I thought that would have been really cool, but
I mean, they always could. It's not
they always
too
could.
late.
Like Queen Gambit does. Well, Queen Gambit does a thing.
Queen Gambit gets them sued by Netflix. So
yeah, Squeen Gambit.
Squeen Gambit. That gets them sued by Squeaks.
And then my favorite for normal, I just went with, like, we talked about the fluff. Like, I don't really have any strong opinions. It was kind of close between Zoroark. That's what it's called. For some reason, I thought I was talking about an anime character. But to look at him, like, if the way I sort of went with favorite was like if I was to own one.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Stoutland kind of is like if your dog was like a Pokemon.
Yeah, it kind of does look a little bit.
But then also like huge.
Yeah, and a wee bit more hairier, but at the same time, yeah, I guess kind of does look a little bit like my dog. Even the way their hair is.
It's the closest dog Pokemon to your dog.
Yeah, it actually kind of is. I didn't even think about that. Oh, fuck. I'm learning stuff about me.
It's like the Oedipus complex. We like the Pokemon that look most like our pets.
What?
Except I don't have.
Or we want to fuck.
I don't think I have a single cat. Yeah, I want to fuck Gardevoir. Wait, what?
You won't guess you have a gem on water
for free.
Okay,
actually,
this is your one.
Oh, that's what you got for your gem was, right? So I like you. I think the normal types, like for me, the ones I like the most are the ones where they've like got something unique about them. And I mean,
Ditto.
I think it's arguable that Ditto's maybe the most unique Pokemon there is.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's always solid. Like you always kind of want one if you're gonna do like breeding for good Pokemon and stuff like that. I like that it has uses outside of its sort of. Because I mean,
it's everything.
I mean, it's not hitting like too many of the meta like team build comps, but
it is what it is.
But you ain't having a meta team if you ain't got a Ditto on your team. So
yeah, we played PTU, which is Pokemon Tabletop Unite. It's like D&D Pokemon.
Yeah. And
a friend of mine, she played with Ditto, but basically used it as armor to take all her hits instead of using it as an actual Pokemon. Yeah, it just like awesome. She just like used it as like to engulf her arms, so she could just block it and Ditto would take the damage instead. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Per Ditto, but cool.
Yeah, poor Ditto. Yeah, it was weird that that Ditto was like meant to get an evolution in Gen 2 though, because like I don't understand how that would even work.
Mewtwo, Mew3.
there was like a Ditto that just had like a spike on its head.
That makes no sense. It really doesn't, unless it was like to be like like how you have Magikarp, but only with Splash, or like why not? It only knows shit until it evolves enough to get into Wobbuffet, and then it learns all those moves. Like, you know what I mean? And it was like when it evolves, it just learns like fucking head smash. That was it. They even had what was
I
Gen
don't know if
1?
this is
Skull
a.
Bash? I think they had Skull Bash in Gen 1.
I don't know if this is a like an image like someone's drawn of the sprite, or if this was the image and there was no sprite. But that's the
Oh god, I hate that.
that's the evolution for Ditto that existed at one point in time.
I had to zoom out again. It actually looks more like a Digimon than a Pokemon.
It actually does. Yeah, you're right.
Like this could be a Digimon for all
But
I
like
know.
how like why does Ditto even need to evolve? Imagine Eevee like Ditto. It's ridiculous.
Whoa.
Um, and then maybe the only one that like has like anime representation for me in terms of my Pokemon choices is Noctowl, just because it was the first shiny
First
I
shiny?
got, and
Yeah.
yeah,
It was one of the first shinies. I think there might have been one before, but it might have been the first.
yeah. I mean, there was also at one point like because that's what I was saying with Kecleon's purple form. Like it suggested that that was maybe what its shiny was going to be.
Oh.
But then now it's just also green but with a blue band, isn't it?
No,
I think.
but shit. I can't.
Yeah.
Fair. I also just realized we're gonna have to start speeding up.
Yeah, no, yeah, we have to. And then we've got Slowking. I mean, I like all the Pokemon with like interesting
Sorry,
abilities and stuff,
Slowking?
and like, sorry, not Slowking, Slacking. Sorry, I thought we were speeding up.
Yeah, speeding up the next fucking gen.
Um, so yeah, Truant. I mean, it's not a good ability, but I like that it's like interesting that it's got something different going on. Porygon Z. I really like the idea that it's like a virus-ridden Porygon 2. And like it's
Yeah,
just like an
lore
absolute beast as
in
well.
it.
Like it's I don't think it's as good anymore, but when it came out, it was like, yo, this is a fucking beast of a boy.
Fair.
Pidove, one of my favorite like early
Little
root birds.
birdies.
Yeah, I think its evolution's that great, but I like its base form.
I agree. Its evolutions are shit.
Yeah.
I like how it has the little things on its nose.
Yeah, and I like that it's like a little love heart shape. I like it.
Yeah, I also hate you for this. I hate Diggersby.
I love Diggersby. I love Diggersby, and I love Bunnelby as well. I think they're really cute.
I like Bunnelby. Don't like Diggersby.
That's fair. Then Toucannon. I ran a Toucannon when I was doing Sun and Moon. I really like Toucannon.
Fair.
I like the fact that I think I'm remembering it right that when it used like one of its like moves, like its beak like changed color and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
And I never used one. It was like one of the few things I just didn't even touch. Like, I didn't even know it
That's
existed
fair.
for a long time. I just didn't touch that line of birds. I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Nope.
Then we got Shiny Wooloo. Wooloo was the first Pokemon I shiny hunted, so I have like a special place for it, and I really think it's. I know it's kind of obvious to make the white sheep a black sheep, but I really like it shiny. I think it's a cool one that they picked.
It's also cute as hell.
Then Mousehold, just population bombing. It's just so fun. Just like you die now. And then yeah, I think Wooloo just like has a special place for being like the first one that I ever shiny hunted.
That's cool. All right, let's go back to
Jesus Christ, why is Magmar there?
I like Magmar.
This is the first hot take that I've seen.
I like Magmar versus Charizard in the anime. It's a really cool fight when he seismictoses him. I just don't know what this is. I guess this is the hot take.
He's got a fucking butt on his head.
Yeah, it's also because it got the upgrade from Magmortar. I don't know. I just have. I think Gen 1 doesn't have that many options in terms of fire types, really. And I didn't want to pick Charizard because you know what? I hate how much love Charizard gets and it annoys me. I just like Charizard the minute it got X and Y fucking Mega Evolution or whatever it was. I was like, nope, I'm done with this.
For me, the thing for me was when it was Leon's Ace. It's like, why is Leon's Ace a Gen 1 Pokemon?
Yeah, why didn't it just be Dragapult or something? Dragapult's cool.
Or literally any Gen 6 Gen 8 Pokemon, sorry.
It would be cool if he uses it just lasts like a sword and shield, but alas.
Didn't he?
No, but actually physically you had them on him.
Oh, he just fucking comes and slashes your Pokemon with a sword and shield in his hand.
But I mean like just a part of his design, I think it would look really cool.
Oh, okay. I see.
But I mean that would just be thematic, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ho-Ho, just because so Gold was the first game I ever played. And it was on the thing. It was the Gold. It just is, and the first episode, it's the go. It's like the first Pokemon to ever be teased that didn't exist.
That's true. Yeah.
It
was like first legendary Pokemon they showed in the show.
Yeah, and it was not even in that fucking gen.
Yeah.
Blaziken. Need I say any more? Because
I'll spoil it. It's there on my list as well, so you don't really
yeah,
need to say too much more.
Infernape, need I say Blaziken, but cooler in my opinion.
If Philip's on my one there,
Yeah.
so.
Also, there's actually no options in Gen 4 anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So you didn't pick Magmar over the
No,
starter
no.
list then?
One sec. Once
Do
again,
you think Magmar is an
anime
upgrade or a downgrade?
upgrade. But
Fair
the
enough.
thing is, though, anime
Oh,
Ashes
true,
Infernape.
true. Anime Infernape is
Oh,
such a good character.
Chimchar's
Like,
story, Paul being
yeah,
a little fucker, but then it uses big fire and then controls it
yeah,
and then beats the shit out of. So
yeah.
good. Darmanitan. I think Darmanitan's cool as fuck.
Damatan's
The
great.
fiery eyebrows,
Yeah,
flames. The other forms it has and shit. Hype.
yeah.
Talonflame. Need I say more?
Love
Literally.
Talonflame.
Uh,
I'm so sad that Gale Wings got nerfed the way it did though. So it has to be on full health. Like I wish they'd found like a way to nerf it that nerfed it like not into the ground.
Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Salazzle?
I like Salazzle as well. Salazzle had like the ability that meant you could poison types in steel
Yes.
types, which was cool.
Also, literally a bad bitch.
Sexy lady lizard, true.
I also did not realize that was a thing because I played the game blind. Happened to have caught a female one, evolved it,
Nice.
and then was like, "Why are people complaining about this?" I was like, "Oh, it can only evolve if it's female."
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's like I think it's the same as Combi. I think it's like 25% chance as well.
yeah. I just call it the first one I see, and it just happened to be female. So I was like, I want this. This is cool as hell.
People shouldn't really be complaining too hard about it. People should only be complaining if they got a shiny one that was male, like same as
Yeah.
Combi.
Colossal.
I love Colossal.
I guess it's the Gigantamax form, but I just clicked it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really. I don't care about the Gigantamax shit, to be honest.
That's fair. I really liked like this is like one of the only like strats that I liked using in like any like online battles that I did in Sword and Shield, which was use it, or like maybe not even online, but like the team battle in the battle tower thing at the end. Was using a Colossal and then like a water type using
Yes.
Surf and then using like weakness policy and just making him like insane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like if you remember, there's a Brovy Pro with stands he shall not be named, and Ludwig did against
Right.
Wolfie, I think, where he
Yeah.
literally just kept sweeping them with Colossal weakness policy,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What the fuck do we do?"
Yeah.
Sorledge, look at this thing.
It's like it's quite similar to one that I like that's in the new generation because he didn't actually make the list, but I really like Orthworm.
Yes.
And he has Ground Eater, so then just sticking him alongside someone using Earthquake is insane. Yeah.
Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Oh, both of them are hype as fuck.
Yeah, this one's
Sorledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have one because I didn't play. I have the other gen.
Oh, you're a Scarlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was so close to getting Violet just for this.
Yeah, it is really hype. Because I remember when like they were first announced, you were like a bit like they look kind of like Mega Man-y.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But then they grew on me extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely
yeah,
fast.
I think they're really cool. Like I've always liked Pokemon like that. I think I've said this on the podcast before, but like I really like those guys. I like Bishop. I like Gallade. They all have that same sort of like vibe. I agree. They kind of look like they could be like stand-ins for Mega Man villains.
Yeah, but they grew on me a lot more.
I think that's a cool design, so I don't really mind.
Yeah, and then the winner is Infernape because
Chimchar. Just anime over it.
Yeah.
Just wins it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Pretty much.
I completely agree for that. Yeah, so I went for Charizard. I agree. I don't like the overhype of Charizard, but I have to admit that like it's a good design Pokemon, and it has like one of the best shinies.
It does. It annoys me.
So
it annoys me that everything about Charizard is cool. I know I'm just being a hater at this point, but everything about him is so cool, and I hate that.
I hated that it's my favorite Gen 1 fire type. Like, I hated that I'd put it there.
Yeah.
I wish there was someone else that like made it stand out more because I don't want to put him there, but
Magmar
is my favorite. Yeah, Magmar definitely wants hitting that. I love Houndour.
Yeah,
don't even really care that much for Houndour, but Houndour's just absolutely so cute. I love it.
One sec, who did I put Gen 2? One sec, who did I put?
You put
okay, the yeah. I was like, one sec, this would have been my list, and I went,
I didn't watch the anime when it was like first coming out, so I don't have that same attachment.
Yeah, I was born as it was coming out. Like it was my actual childhood. No people were like, oh, it was my child. It was actually my childhood. I had no option. I was born in the Pokemon craze, like everything with Pokemon.
So
Like,
I jumped in sort of like 3 ways with Pokemon. So for some weird reason, I wanted and got a like a Pokemon annual that had like the Pokédex in when Gen 3 came out.
fair.
Didn't play the games, didn't watch the anime, but I just had a book that had the Pokédex and learnt about all the Pokemon from Gen 1 to 3.
The Bible.
And I just liked all of the Pokemon designs.
Yeah, one sec. Blaziken, sorry, Blaziken. We'll say no more. Infernape, we will say no more.
People. This is probably one of my hottest takes. Is I like all of the firefighting types, and as long as they kept it going in a way that I liked, I would not have cared if they didn't stop.
I didn't like Ember.
I love Ember so much.
I think Pig Knight put me off.
I love Pig Knight. I really like
Tepig,
this is one of my hot takes for sure. I really like Pig Knight and Quilladin. They are circles with arms and legs, but I love them.
I get I like the scheme they went with the whole like different classes of like RPGs. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I like not that.
Yeah. Oh wait, I don't mean Quilladin, do I? I mean
you mean
the second form.
Oh, Pig Knight?
No, the second form for so the second form for
Chespin, the middle one.
Oh no, he is Quilladin, but it becomes Chestnut.
Chestnut, you're right. Yeah, sorry. They're the same Pokemon to me. I don't care.
Yeah. No, but I really like that's probably my hot take for sure. But I like both of those guys.
Talonflame, we will say no more.
Alola Marowak, okay. I think it's a really cool like design like that works on the other one.
Yeah, like the whole
the whole part that there's a ghost there as well works really nicely with the fact that he's got a dead mum.
He is the dead mum.
And then Rabu. I like Scorbunny, but I think the second form is the one that I think was the best. I like that he's got like a little like hoodie on and he can put his hands in his pockets and stuff.
To be fair, all the second evolutions were moody teenagers.
Yeah.
But
I think he's the only second form I actually like.
I watched Pokemon Journeys. I actually genuinely recommend watching it if you haven't. It's actually very good. They do it so much. It's my favorite of all the animes so far. All the fights are like they speed them up, so like fights don't take 600 fucking episodes. They will happen in they will happen in one, maybe max 2 episodes. Good. You're like, yeah, great, and it feels more realistic. Like things will get hit like 3 times and then fail. You're like, you know what, makes sense because everyone's doing it. It's not like Ash takes like 600 hits and then his fucking like Pikachu uses 1 Iron Tail and then knocks out like fucking something. Like it makes sense. If Pikachu takes 2 hits, then it takes 2 hits, and then it's like, all right, they're both low. Like you know what I mean?
Well, I realized I only sort of said half a point. So the first thing I did was this was like ages ago now. It was the like the Pokemon annual thing. Was like Gen 3. Then I watched the Gen 4 anime, which I was thinking about that again because those literally like the fight would take like 3 episodes.
They were good though.
They were good fights, but they would take like 3 episodes.
Also, was that the bullshit where? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. They get into it late. Because most people are hooked in early, and then they're like, "That's it." Like, before was that not the cringe elite one where Ash just got cringed by fucking?
Yeah, the Gen 4 anime was where he got cringed by the guy who had Latias. And,
the guy who uses fucking Game Shark.
Right?
Yeah,
he was definitely using an action replay.
Yeah, like know what the craziest thing is? Like, it's not really spoilers, but the whole thing of like Journeys is like all the best trainers like show up. They like compete in like a league thing. He's not there, and you're like, he is so much stronger than fucking all of these people. He's got all a team of Visum legendaries.
That guy got banned for hacking.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever was mentioned again. They were like, "Fuck, why did we do this? Shit."
He's banned from tournaments for hacking.
Yeah.
And then from the new generation, Fuecoco, I mean, just absolute boy.
Fair.
Not much to say.
And then he wins overall.
He does win overall. That's so true. Yeah, he's apart from Rowlet. That's kind of spoilers because we talk about starters later on down the line. He's my second favorite starter now. Is Fuecoco.
Fair. I just had to restart Steam and I'm sharing my thing and it's about to pop up my Steam on screen. Oh. Nice. The notification was blocking my I couldn't do the bar because it was like, you gotta restart Steam. I was like, all right, okay. I will. Sorry, Dad. Okay. Oh. Steam, go away. I don't want to hear about Don't Starve Together on sale. Oh no, I've got a Discord notification. No. Actually, oh my god, I'm cringing out loud. I'm cringing in real
Oh,
life.
actually, I have a question, Curly.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that in terms of human male and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for
Yeah, well, I
humans?
did say earlier that I picked them based on which one I would want to have the most. So, yeah, Vapor, need I say any more?
Please do, or I'm calling the cops.
Well, that's why Z isn't here. He picked Vaporeon for every type. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Gardevoir.
He kept trying to give it the Arceus plates. It's like that doesn't change anything.
Whooper, literally my spoilers, literally one of my favorite Pokemon, if not my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Just great.
Just look
Honestly,
at
like before obviously they didn't do it in Paldea, but like Meowth kept getting like different regional evolutions for like every single time. I'd be so happy if Whooper got like every single type.
yeah, 100%. I want a Fire Whipper next. That'd be cool as fuck. Imagine
But
Flames.
they've got to do a different Zaya every time. They can't now do like another like Quagsire or something.
Oh yeah, and then you have like
They've,
fucking.
it's got to always be a new something Zaya that looks different.
Yeah, Flamesire. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Ludicolo. This one is partially because of Pokemon Coliseum and Guild of
because
Darkness.
of Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, because of that horrible thing. The thing it's based off is crazy. What the fuck are they called again? Kappas?
Mexican.
No, it's based off Kappa, I think is what it's called. I'm not gonna put my Google
Oh no,
search.
yeah, it's like a Japanese thing, isn't it?
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is gonna be
there's
hard
like
for me to
there's like
Google.
some things that look like that in Spirited Away, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like a frog like creature thing. Here we go. This is what they're based on.
What did you say it was called?
A Kappa.
A Kappa. Oh
I'm
yeah,
not showing it right now. Like it's an interestingly weird frog creature thing. I think it's
Yeah.
partially based on that mixed with dancing. So you know it is what it is. Also, Mir B is one of my favorite characters of all time in any games. If you ever played Coliseum, I don't know if you have, but this guy he literally
No,
has
I never played Colosseum. I should play it. I should get the thing
completely
on
legal
Switch
version.
and...
Yeah.
No, well, you can get the legal version on
Oh,
Switch.
can you? Oh, I have the actual.
I don't know if it's out yet, actually, but
Yeah, I have the actual game, so on my actual GameCube, which is sitting right next to me.
Is this true? Or
Yeah, this is true. No, I actually do have. I have one sitting on a thing over there. He has a team of 5 Ludicolo and a Sudowoodo.
Oh, he's the guy who has like a absolutely
Massive
badass
afro.
theme, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a crazy hype theme, and then that. Manaphy gets a hashtag shout out for Pokemon Ranger. If anyone ever played Pokemon Ranger,
oh, that's fair. Manaphy's representing the Pokemon Ranger game. That's all right then.
yeah. Because
Manaphy's just kind of
but I liked it because
but that's fair.
I played Pokemon Ranger, did the mission, and then transferred it over, and I was like, I did it. I'm gaming.
Also, Manaphy, best Pokemon to shiny hunt.
Do
you know how you shiny hunt that?
No.
So there is a chance that the egg is shiny.
Okay.
Like when it hatches. But but you only get 1 egg per copy
game
of Ranger. So if you want to shiny hunt it, it costs you however much a copy of Pokemon Ranger costs every single time you want to try.
Well, it's worth it.
Yeah. So it's technically possibly one of the most expensive shinies you could ever try and hunt.
Palpitoad, just look at that little guy.
I love the Palpitoad line.
I like it more than all
think
of them.
The Palpitoad line, like Time Pearl, Palpitoad, Seismitoad, could definitely be one of the ones that people think is like a weaker Pokemon design, but I like to see it.
Ash also had a Palpitoad, but
he did have a Palpitoad.
The way it used Mud Shot, the way it like fingered out its tongue and all the mud came off, it didn't really make any sense to me, but I liked how it did it.
I remember the episode where he caught it because he already had like a party of 6 Pokemon, so it instantly went to the PC.
Yeah, and then you didn't see it for a while.
That was like the first time that I ever remember like the PC being like referenced in the anime.
Yeah, bar when he caught 30 Tauros.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's like, oh no, and when he got Krabby, because Krabby went to Professor, or because he's like, what the hell? And then
He's
Krabby
like, why can't I use this shit?
Because it just disappeared. He went, oh my god, my Krabby.
But to be fair, like I said, the first time I watched the anime was Gen 4, so that was my Palpitoad was my Krabby.
Fair. Greninja, need I say more? Um, I
To
think
be
this
fair,
thing,
there's a reason it wins all the polls.
yeah, Gliscopod.
I like Gliscod.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good. There's also in the Sun and Moon anime, if you've watched it. Um, what's his name? Guzma.
Oh yeah,
Guzma.
yeah, yeah.
He has one, and at one point, it like literally, it's because its ability to where it like fucks off.
Yeah.
It's about to get hit by like a flamethrower from like Torcat or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yoink, and then yoinks back into the ball, and Scizor just gets absolutely one shot.
It fucks over one of his other Pokemon, doesn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Pokemon
yeah.
just comes out and just like dies.
Yeah, because it's 2v2s using Scizor and goes to ball,
Yeah.
and it's about to get
Yeah.
flamethrower, and it's like, and then Scizor comes out, and he's like,
it brings out Scizor to a flamethrower.
yeah. And it gets one shot, and then he instantly stands it back out, and he's like,
and then from the side, someone was like, "That was 4 times effective." Like,
yeah, literally, yeah. It's like, whoa, that's crazy.
that was Galisopod's ability.
Yeah, exactly. And then someone pulls out a Pokedex and goes, Galisopod.
Galisopod, the bitch ass Pokemon.
When it sees moves, it goes, oh shit, and runs away.
God, could you imagine how good it would be if it could detect if a move would KO it, and like if that was its ability in game?
Yeah, like if it's about to
That'd
die,
be hype. Yeah.
well, to be fair, you're also just gonna throw something else into it, and you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Dracofish, look at him.
I love Dracovish.
Have you heard what it sounds like in the anime?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it's
need I say more?
dude.
Looked it up in your own time.
Yeah.
And then the goat. The goat. Look at him.
It's
Look at
gay
this
duck.
swag. Gay duck. Let's go. I love Quaxley a lot.
What do you feel about its evolutions? Do you like the way it went? Or
I don't hate them. I just don't like them
Yeah.
as much as the goat.
That's fair. I mean,
When I seen this-
I feel the same about Fuecoco. I like its evolutions, but
I think
Love
my
Fuecoco
idea of
more.
its evolution that I came up with was better than what they came up with.
what
Of the
was yours,
whole
pirate duck or
no
Matador duck?
Matador
Yeah.
duck. Because in my head, he's doing the thing where he's going like that with his
He's like
wing.
holding out the flag.
Yeah,
thing.
and I was like, they
Yeah.
could have just made it into a cool
Yeah.
Matador. Like that
Oh,
would
then,
be
then in the
cool.
anime, they could have had him like Matador and a bunch of the new
Tauros?
Toros.
Exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
Damn, they didn't
They
think
missed
about
the
that.
trick.
And then Whipper, you know, he be like that.
Yeah, Whipper just wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about how like Manaphy's do that. What are you blatting Bulbasaur? Blastoise.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. Blastoise is a boy.
Squirtle's cooler.
If there was an option where I could have
For
had
Squirtle
Squirtle
Squad?
wearing the sunglasses, yeah,
Yeah.
he would have been there.
Yeah, exactly. If there was sunglasses, Squirtle Squad, Squirtle, yes.
Yeah. But I like the way that like Blastoise is like portrayed in the anime and stuff, where like he can like close his cannons away and stuff, and like he like
Yeah.
spins around and shit.
He's literally a fucking mech in the anime.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then Totodile. You know what? I'll give you Totodile.
I'll be real. Like I don't like evolving any of the Gen 2 starter Pokemon. In fact, just a little spoiler for my list. I clearly don't really like evolving very many Gen 2 Pokemon.
Yeah, well, yeah, literally this list. Yeah, I get that.
No, like a lot of I think Gen 2 is actually like in terms of its Pokemon the weakest gen.
Yeah. But they're some of the cutest designs, to be fair. Like the first stage ones are really cute.
It said let's make everything baby.
Yeah.
And now I'm down for that. And then Mudkip, Mudkip's such a boy.
Okay, this is a rogue shot.
I love like rays. They're like my favorite animal, like IRL.
Oh, fair enough.
Like I really like Mantike.
Because you hate Crocodile Hunter, right?
Yeah, that's it. I hate Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Thank you. I was about to say Steve Harvey. I was like, it's not Steve Harvey.
Yeah, that's why I love Crocodile and Ray Pokemon because I hate Steve Irwin. And I love Duo. I think his design's really awesome. I don't dislike Samurott. I just like Duo more.
I like the fact that dual blades. Whenever in the anime they like fucking dual blade the shells, and they're like when they use Razor Shell, and they literally are just like two fucking blades. Like, and then Samurott,
it's like blades of light that come out at the end of the shells. Like
this is the one time where I wish they kept the Pokemon upright.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's weird, like to make the bipedal Pokemon go down. Like, why would it do that?
Yeah, because in my head, like the whole thing was this like little shell thing, and then the minute it gets to Samurott, it can't even use them anymore.
Yeah, like I like when the Pokemon like stays on 4 legs.
Yeah.
Or and I'm okay with it going onto two legs. Like I'd wish they would not do that every time with every Pokemon.
Yeah, but this is one
But
where I'm like, why did you go
but
back?
yeah,
Back to
but
monk.
going the other way never works. Like why would something go from two legs and arms to four legs? Why is that
Fair.
better? I think
Greninja.
Greninja, my
Need to say
shiny suit's
more.
better. Um,
Wishy
I
washy
really
actually
like
good.
Wishy Washy school form. Like I
Mhm.
like and like I think its individual design's really cool. I think its school form design's really cool, and I think the gimmick of it's really cool.
Fair. Barraskewda,
Um,
is that?
yeah, Barraskewda, absolute beast. I love how fast it is. It has like strong jaw, so it can like actually maybe it doesn't have strong jaw actually.
Well, when you said
Um,
fast, I thought you meant like in the game when it just like goes. I thought that's what you're talking
I
about.
I don't know if it does go that fast in the game.
No, like in the overworld.
It's not like Sharpedo levels, but
No, but it when it sees you, it goes like like over with its little
yeah,
spinny boys, and you're like, oh.
yeah. But even in like in battle, it's like super quick and like really strong. It has
Yo,
like good moves and stuff.
sorry. Did you
It
get a?
was one of oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was like this was one of the Pokemon that like alongside trying out like Colossal and stuff. Like Gen 8 was the one where I like tried to learn a bit of like competitive battling.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like, oh, this is good and fast, nice.
Did you get a shiny Dundozo?
Yeah, I did get a shiny Dundos. I actually got two
That's how.
in the same outbreak.
Dundozo cool as hell.
Yeah, I really like Dondozo. And then yeah, I like Rays, so they the Mantike is the winner. I don't
Fair.
really care for. I know we've like you can see that it's not on the list anywhere, but I don't super care for Mantine. I think it looks better as Mantike.
Fair.
I also don't care for its evolution of having to have a Remoraid. It's lame.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
keep Remoraid away from me.
Executor. Just there wasn't really that many options that were that cool. To be
No,
completely honest.
apart from the starters, there's like Executor, and then like it's all like bugs and poison types and stuff.
Yep. Chikorita was my first ever Pokemon.
That's fair.
So it is what it is. Keknia, James's Keknia in the anime, cute as
Oh, I
hell.
love it. Yeah.
Carnivine, James's Carnivine in the anime,
Yeah.
always literally. Fairthorn.
I'm just remembering the when Cacnea because Cacnea went to go like train with Gardenia, didn't it?
Yeah, because it doesn't come. It
It
doesn't
was
come
like
back
and
for
that was
the
sad.
final episode of Team Rocket.
No, it's just
Yeah,
gone.
because it's not there, and like everyone's like, "Where's this Pokemon's?" Like, if you knew your lore.
Yeah.
Firethorn. Actually, kind of because I remember I used to watch competitive Pokemon. Oh, there was a guy. Was it like
Yeah,
Dragonite something? There's some guy
Firethorn's
on some,
such a tank.
some YouTuber Dragonite something. I can't remember, but I just remember always
Is it like Pimp Night?
Pimp Knight. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. I used to watch his like Gen 5 like thing, and Firethorn just like not dominated, but like was a consistent in that format
Yeah.
for a while at least
Yeah,
because it was just so
it's
bulky.
crazy that like I mean I know that like it's not the only one because it's like the same thing with Scizor, but like you would have thought like something that's trying to be a bulky Pokemon having a 4 times weakness, it wouldn't like last, but it works
But
so
it did,
well.
and it's got so many hazards
Yeah,
you can set up. Like it's just a perfect
yeah,
thing. Trevenant, um,
I love it.
cool,
I love
cool as
Trevenant.
fuck. Also, when I was talking about the PTU thing, I did because what I did a lot of time for when I wanted to like set up scenarios for a game is I would read the
Yeah,
Pokedex entries of the Pokemon that I wanted to use, and it says in the Pokedex entry that Trevenant uses its own roots to move other trees to capture people in like to like basically surround them by other
that's
trees.
awesome.
I'm like,
Yeah,
that's so cool. So
yeah.
I used that. Where they like went
Also,
through like a forest thing, and then all of a sudden they couldn't get out of the forest because
yeah,
basically all
they
the
do
trees
like a
moved.
forest thing.
Let's go.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah. Also, Trevenant and Phantom, perfect Chinese.
perfect Chinese. Oh yeah, I think it's Chinese. I was like, excuse me, good with fried
Yeah,
rice.
become white trees with orange leaves. This so good.
Decidueye, need I say more?
I love
Decidueye
Decidueye.
again. Need I say more? Smoliv,
Yeah,
need I say more?
I think liking Hisui and Decidueye is a little bit of a hot take. Not
I
not one that I disagree with, but I think in general people didn't really like
Oh,
it
I
that
don't.
much.
It's my
I
least
really
favorite
like
of
it.
all of the ones that got released. But in terms
All
of the
right,
options that we had for that gen, it
fair
wasn't that
enough.
strong. And I was like, you know what? I like Decidueye. You get him by default. Welcome to the club.
I appreciate it for people who don't like the fact his wings got quite short,
Mhm.
but like I really like the new hat design on him.
Yeah, because he
And
looks he
like
literally looks like a little samurai. No? It's cool as
yeah,
hell.
I really like it.
Small of cute AF.
Yeah, he's just so sad.
And then Decidueye wins overall because the
That's
goat.
fair.
The goat.
So I went for grass types. This is a trend the entire way down. I like the little guys.
Can I just say I never realized how dead inside Oddish looks.
Yeah, this Oddish sprite looks so funny.
It looks. I didn't know eyes were that small. It looks like someone like took the sprite,
Just
forgot
one
to put the
pixel.
face on, and went, "Oh fuck," and then put like or 4 or 5 pixels for the face.
Yeah. But yeah, Oddish, I like it. Just like he's just a little circle with legs. I love
Fair.
him. Chikorita is actually my girlfriend's favorite Pokemon, and
That's
then
cool.
just through sort of osmosis, I've liked Chikorita more.
I would
Seedot is just
say
a little circle with legs.
sorry on
That's
Chikorita.
right.
Ash's Bayleaf in the anime also cute as F. How I
Mm.
basically wanted to fuck him.
I wouldn't use cute as F for that part.
No, but it was like cute. Like if sorry, it was just the way it loved him so much was very cute. Is what I meant to say.
That's fair. Okay, there we go. Yes,
That's it.
Seedot I think is awesome. He reminds me of I don't know if you know, but there's like a
Beyblades.
Mega Man villain that looks like that.
Yeah. Beyblade, think you mean?
Beyblade? What?
It spins on its bottom.
Oh, okay. He's a
Oh,
Dreidel,
this
isn't
is
he? He's the
if you
Dreidel Pokemon.
if you've never, I suppose if you never played Coliseum or XD Guild Darkness, because it was the first like 3D. Well, it was, I guess, one of the first 3D of
Oh,
like
is
a
that
lot
what
of
he
these
does
Pokemon.
is that what
When
he
it
does in those then?
when it dies, its feet lift up, and then it spins around and falls to the ground. And I'm like,
That's
oh, that's so
awesome.
cute.
And then you got Turtwig. I do like the entire line. I just really like Turtwig.
Also, if you look at the win loss percentage of Ash's Turtwig, his was goaded. Then as it
Yeah.
evolves, it loses more and
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
This is a shout, by the way. What the fuck is this?
Like, wait, are you liking this or not?
No,
What's the
no, this is a what is this?
Pansage? Pansage is an absolute legend.
Mhm.
The pans are amazing. The simmies aren't good, apart from Simisage, who is also good.
Each their own. Each their own.
Simicia and Simipaw, dog shit.
I think they're
But
all kind of dog
all
shit.
all three of them as little monkeys are fine. And then I like the punk like look of Simi Sage.
The only one I liked was Simi Porks. It looked high as hell.
Fair enough.
You know,
Then we got
he's just smoking the biggest pack of his life.
yeah. I also like like I said, Gen 5 was my first game. So like I went through the thing of in my first Pokemon game, I went and I talked to the person and then they gave me a Pokemon that was really good at fighting the next gym. And I thought that was like a nice I actually really like the fact that you get the monkey that's strong against the gym.
They kind
And
of
then the
have
gym has
to
that. I think that was
because
cool.
normally they give you something that's good against the gym, but it's almost impossible for you at that point to have got something that's good against the
Yeah.
gym. Like there's
So
always an
I
option.
liked that. Like because Gen 5 was like it kind of felt like a reset for Pokemon. It was like they expected a lot of people to jump in on Gen 5 more than any other, it looked like. And then like the entire dex was new, like you couldn't get any old Pokemon and stuff. It was like
that was great in my opinion, but
reboot.
a lot of people hated it.
I love it for that.
Yeah.
And with that being my first one, it's like all of these Pokemon have such a stronger like recognition for me because that was the entire dex that I could deal with.
I think
after the main game.
ever since that game, I went out of my way to only use new Pokemon when I started a new game.
Yeah, I think that probably is the case for a lot of people. That since they weren't given the option of old Pokemon, they explored more with new Pokemon.
Which is the point, I guess.
And I think Simisage is one of the Pokemon that sort of exemplifies this sort of new rebirth.
What's it?
Pumpkaboo?
Is this Pumpkin?
No, Phantom.
Phantom. I could never remember which one's which.
Yeah, I like I say, I really like it shiny. I like Phantom and I like Trevenant. Same as like Kelly said. I like a lot of the stuff to do with it. Rowlet is a circle boy with legs.
Yep.
Simple as.
Grookey, the goat,
easy.
also, to be fair.
I like Grookey. But literally seeing Grookey was like, I'm buying Sword and Shield. I don't care how shit it looks. Like, it could look like shit and play like shit as long as Grookey's in it. I'm having it.
Grookey cute as hell. Evolutions were mid, but sure.
Yeah. But its evolution was an absolute badass when it got Grassy Glide and
Been a little cringy.
and Terrain Setter. Then you got Tentacle. He's a circle boy with legs.
Hmm.
I love the way he runs. And then Rowlet, the overall winner, my favorite starter.
That's fair. That is fair. I copped out. This is my cop out
Ugh.
Pikachu though. Yeah, I know. I
Finally, I
know.
get to do one.
You get to do one Pikachu. Chinchou also literally up there with one of my favorite Pokemon as well.
That's fair. I think Chimchow's like a sleeper pick.
Cute as hell. Look at him. Look at him, little boy. I know what's weird. I talked about this before. One of the things that like scared me of the ocean was the scene in Finding Nemo where I guess the thing that this is inspired by literally like nearly
Yeah,
eats
the
them, and I was
angel
like,
fish,
"Fuck, Deep
yeah.
Ocean's scary," but he looked cuter.
Yeah, even though that guy like literally can't survive at the surface.
Yeah.
Because of like pressure, he would just like melt.
Yeah. Manectric. There wasn't really that many choices to be completely honest.
I was surprised of how little there was in Gen 2 electric types.
I hated Electrike. I hate the pre-evolution. Not because of how it looks, just because it would always fucking paralyze me whenever I played the game. I'm like, fuck off. Why are you making my life so hard?
Actually, I was remembered it. So for Gen 3 electric types, it was Manectric, Electrike, Manectric, and Plusle Minute.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That was it.
Plus, no thanks.
Plusle Minute are just not as good Pikachu's. So
Yeah. Electivire, as I said before, the additional things. Also, Paul's Electivire, whilst an asshole Pokemon in the thing.
no,
Cool.
I'll say
Badass as fuck.
Paul was an asshole. Paul's Pokemon was so good. Like
Yeah. They all had
literally like his Torterra
kind of
was so cool.
asshole-y.
Like I really liked the Torterra like teaching Turtwig how to deal with being a slow ass Grottle when it evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
like his Pokemon
Electivire
were so cool.
was a Pokemon
Yeah, like
of all
it was
time.
like a rival to Chimchar, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like
Joltik.
it was like
Look
that.
at them. Look at them. He cute.
Joltik's great. Yeah.
This was a sleeper pick to be fair. There also wasn't really that many good picks here either, I don't think.
Nah, there wasn't too many.
This
definitely wasn't a good one.
Yeah, Zeraora
Like,
only because of Pokemon Unite.
that's fair.
Because I never used it, barely even knew it existed until Pokemon Unite.
No, I got her the shiny one when they did like an event in Sword and Shield where it was like if like 1,000 people beat this raid, then we'll give you all a shiny one.
Fair. Toxtricity, I used one. I love it. I love how
I like Toxtricity.
thingies on its things. See,
I got low amp farm, so
I got this one.
More of an attention with that one.
I got this one. I didn't even know there was another form until I fought one. I was like, what? Because like I guess he's supposed to be like the guitarist, and the other one's the bassist, right?
Yeah.
Sandy Shocks. Look at them.
I guess we could talk about Paradox farms now, actually, because we've had one show up.
We can talk about them. We can talk about them when we get to. There's one for Paradox forms, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's one for like other farms. I think is the other one.
Yeah, we can talk about them. Then Chinchou wins overall.
I don't think you've put a Paradox farm in there though. In the extra farms, I think we've both done spoilers, but we've both done the same Pokemon, and it's in the regional farms thing, and we both did a regional farm, not a Paradox.
Fair. I actually kind of want to take back my pick. I didn't even see Lapras on the list.
Oh, you mean at the bottom? I got you.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I changed my pick to Lapras. Now that I forgot Lapras existed. Ash's Lapras, go.
Whoa! You going on to Ice type without going through my electrics?
Oh, sorry, I totally forgot. My bad. Yeah, so, I looked at him. I was like, oh shit! Now I need to point this out now.
So Zapdos, it's just a badass electric bird.
Yeah.
I really like Mareep. I'm okay with Ampharos, but I just think cute cheap Pokemon.
Ampharos is Z's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, and then also shiny Ampharos becomes Candy Floss. How can you go wrong? I went Electrike. I actually think all four of those options were shit.
Yeah. Oh, you also went Electivire? Nice.
Yeah, I love Electivire.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zekrom. Apparently, I like the electric type
legendaries.
Zekrom's
cool.
But Zekrom was my first legendary, so there's a little bit of attachment there as well.
Fair.
Because I had whichever one meant that I got Zekrom. I always forget because like the names and the box art and stuff for Black and White were like reversed and
I can't remember. White, I guess you had.
Yeah, maybe.
Question mark. Did any?
Yeah, I liked Dedenne. Like we said, there wasn't too many on Gen 6 that were that good. I really like Vicavolt.
Yeah.
I find it really hard because I also really like Charger Bug, but I think I like Vicavolt a little bit more.
Yeah, I was considering putting Charger Bug. It was
Yeah,
close, and I
especially
was like,
especially from the anime as well, where he like drives around as a little car. That's awesome. That episode's great, and I feel like the cars like turn into mechs as well.
Mhm.
Like that was like a really good episode. And then we've got I really like the Hisuian Voltorb.
I like
I like the fact that Hisuian Voltorb's happy and then Electrode's like pissed.
yeah, I like it, but don't. You know what I mean? I like
That's
it because
fair.
I like it because it makes sense, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. I
What is
also
this thing
like
called?
this is Iron Hands. I like
Okay,
Iron Hands. He's an absolute tank. He just belly jumps and kills everything.
fair. And then Zekrom wins overall because the first
Because yeah,
legendary.
first legendary just got a lot of attachment. Yeah, that's pretty much
Fair.
it.
I changed mine to Lapras. I didn't forgot Lapras existed, so Lapras gets in there. Because Ash had Lapras. Yeah, okay, I'm that guy.
Yeah,
Sneasel, I've already talked about how much I liked Sneasel a lot. It was useless because I'm pretty sure it would like it was like a physical attacker, but there wasn't anything because Ice and fucking Dark were special or something. I can't even remember. Whatever way, it was useless when it
right.
existed,
Yeah,
and it was nearly impossible to get until the end of the game anyway. So it was kind of stupid. But I like it. I think it looks cool. Glalie,
yeah. It definitely like especially considering when it was first introduced, it definitely needed an evolution for sure.
100%. Glalie, Ash had a Glalie, and ever since Ash got I liked Snorunt a lot, and then Ash got a
Yeah,
Snorunt, and I was like, oh, and then it evolved into
nice.
Glalie, and his Glalie was like happy and not angry like every other design of Glalie, and I was like, yay, happy boy. Weavile,
I think Galili's actually a sleeper pick as well. I don't think too many people rate Galili,
because
or
they
at
all like
least
fucking the other
think about
one.
Galili.
Fucking
Frostlass.
yeah, honestly, I
Yeah,
don't even
okay, I
care
forgot
about
about
it.
Frostlass. Yeah,
Weavile, I've said enough. Vanilla,
I
just a
think
little ice
one
cream.
one thing before we go off of Weavile is I remember in the anime there was like a scene where there was a Weavile in the Gen 4 anime, and because like my knowledge of Pokemon wasn't great, I was like, what the hell is this? It's like because it in the Gen 4 anime it looked like a different Meowth
Yeah, okay, I
because they
see.
kind of had like the same face. So I was
Like
like, whoa, is
they
this
kind
some
of have
sort
the
of Meowth
claws and
evolution? I was like, what the hell is that?
yeah, it's Meowth Plus.
I was like, yo, regional Meowth before Sun and Moon.
You know, if someone said that was originally Meowth and you had no idea, you'd be like, yeah, okay.
I'd have believed him. Yeah, you could show me a picture of both the Sneasels now and tell me that they were like regional Meowths, and I would have believed you back then.
Fair. Ice cream.
I love the ice cream.
You're
It's
just
so
an ice
good.
cream. I
Also,
don't like. I
also
don't.
like not even bad Pokemon as well. Like as special
Yeah.
attackers, they're actually like decent.
I said my love for Lily before. Mega Lily just gets in there by
Yeah,
default.
by Breaker's
Uh,
Jaw.
look how cute it is. Oh,
Yeah,
Ninetales,
the
cool
oh
as hell.
Ninetales is cool.
Ice Cube, I
I
think
love
it's so
Ice Cube.
funny. I think it's
I,
so
d- I
funny.
I think he looks absolutely disgusting when he doesn't have his ice head anymore. But
I think it's
but I
hilarious when
love
his
it.
head
Yeah,
goes and he's like, "Oh fuck!"
yeah. But like as because he's kind of got like the Mimikyu thing, hasn't he? But except he can get it back by putting up snow.
Yeah, Sir
So I think
Titan.
it's cool.
Sir Titan.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I
I
remember that
didn't.
was one that we weren't too happy about because he's
I
got his little floppy arms.
the problem was I didn't like it until it had its pre-evolution, and then
That's
when I
fair.
knew it wasn't a standalone thing, I was like,
Ah, okay, fair enough.
I like how it
And
was.
then
I get it. It's
yeah,
grown on me, is what I'll say. It's grown on me,
okay, that's
and there
fair.
wasn't really
You're
that
allowed
many
to
options because
like a Pokemon after you've like seen it a bit more and
yeah,
stuff.
I kind of like the pre-evolution because Cube. I just think this thing is like not out of place now. In my head, it was out of place. I was like, there's gonna be
Yeah.
loads of these running around because it's like, whoa, but there wasn't. There's not that many when you play the game. It's mainly the
No,
fucking
it's very rare that you'll
pre-evolution
actually see
flopping
him.
around.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I was like, if you see a fuckload of these running around the mountain, no shot.
Yeah,
And
they're also going to be
also,
huge, so they're going to be like really hard to avoid. And
yeah, one of the only other options was the pseudo legendary, which is a Pokemon.
yeah, pseudo
Uh,
legendary isn't great.
and
I
then
love the baby of the pseudo legendary just because of how dumb he looks.
yeah, it's just bad in my opinion. Weaver.
Yeah, we talked about Weavile a lot there.
Okay.
Lapras, because I think Lapras is better than Aku now. So
hmm Why not?
I love Swinub. And Spiel. I love Small Circle Boys. It's like if I don't think there's like a cool one, a Small Circle Boy will win, pretty much.
Right,
Because
Steel's
they
eyes are
always
cute
win.
also. The little fangs are cute.
Then Glaceon's my favorite evolution.
Really?
Yeah.
Spoilers?
It.
There's your favorite
Oh yeah,
evolution tab.
that is a different one. Damn.
That's
And then
I hate this thing because of the big
Kochi.
booger.
Yeah, so my girlfriend's the same. She hates Kochi because it's got a big bogey. I'm just like, but I think it's cute. I think it's cute that it's like got that.
I'm just thinking if I had one of these things, like that would be everywhere. I would hate that. Like my hand to
Also,
clean up after that.
Yeah, I will say I was so disappointed when. So I got a shiny one of these in Scarlet and Violet,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets like purple where the blue is, and then I
But
evolved it
not.
into Beartick,
Mm-hmm.
and then Beartick is blue where the blue is.
Sure.
And I didn't know that its evolution was so terrible shiny.
You should have just googled it.
Yeah, I should have done. But I evolved it and I was like, oh, purple Beartick, and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
This Pokemon.
I just got fucking Garchomped.
Right, what is it? I don't know it. Like
Yeah,
I know it
yeah.
exists, but it's like out of my mind.
To be fair, like I say, I'm not too hot on all of the megas, and there wasn't very many ice types.
Fair. What is it
Um,
called? I literally can't even remember its name.
It's like Amora or something.
Fair. We skip. Vulpix, fair.
Amaranth. Yeah, nice.
Vulpix, same as Ninetales, just cute in hell. Love it.
Yeah. And then Alolan Darumaka, I love him because he does little dances.
Wait, what? Alolan?
Sorry, not Alolan. Galarian.
So I was like, not Alolan. I was like, the gents, fuck. Little whale boy, we talked about it. Circle unhappy, easy.
happy little circle, yeah. Little Darumaka.
Easy club. I see we have the same choice here.
So total. Well, I went for the baby.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
So total, yeah. Because I like him because when he runs around, he looks like he's like a kid doing like I'm an aeroplane.
Yeah, you're right.
Literally, like that's the reason I like him is because whenever you see him running about, and they're also like, because there's like 3 different like ways the Pokemon can interact with you. They're like either like aggressive, run away, or like just want to chill with you, and he's one of the ones that just wants to chill with you.
Fair. And then Glaceon overall, as you said.
Yeah, I think just really to represent the fact that it's my favorite evolution, I guess, more than anything. Also, I was in that meantime, I was looking up the name of that Pokemon. It's Aurorus, is that one?
Close.
Amora is the baby.
Alohomora, yeah.
Alohomora is the baby.
Also a spell in Harry Potter.
It is. Yeah.
Machoke, I guess. There wasn't really many fighting options. I like it more than Machop. I like it more than Machamp, so it got in.
No, I'm the same. I don't like Machamp's face.
I guess it's just weird because it's just a ripped dude with a fucking. It's just a ripped wrestler.
I like that he's more lizardy as Machoke.
Yeah, fair. Hitmontop. I just remember loving Hitmontop. Also, probably because of Gale Darkness and XD as well, because it just constantly spins. Like it's like doing like half rotations and stuff.
I will say that was one of the worst things about Sword and Shield.
What?
Making him stand on his feet.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's cringe.
Yeah, he just stands on his feet and just sort of wiggles about a bit.
Yeah, Breloom, Max Punch.
Back on his head.
When I Mac Punch as a kid and being like, this is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I remember like I think it's like post game Gen 5. You could like there's Brelooms like on one of the routes and like they just pissed me off so much because they were so strong.
Lucario, need I say any more? Classic. It is what it is.
Is the Pokemon with the most pawn.
I didn't know that clearly. Scraggy? No, Scrafty. Scrafty. Yeah. I just love both of them.
I like him.
It's in there by default. Holucha, Ash had a Holucha, and I just kind of like the it feels like the wrong region for it, to be honest.
That's fair.
But at the same, like if this had been introduced in like, I don't know, like maybe fucking the most recent games. Like I know it's not Mexican, but like Spanish at least there's like a connection.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it was a cool Pokemon. I just feel like it was in the wrong region. I know that's a stupid thing to say, but it's a cool Pokemon.
I mean, I get you, but like it doesn't really matter now, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Wherever it fits, it'll be in. So.
Exactly. Crabrawler, fighting crab.
I also love Crabrawler shiny. Just makes its like gloves red.
Like a that's
Yeah, it's
kind of cool.
just play a 2 alt.
Sirfetch'd, look at him. Oh.
I love Surfetched as well. I actually really like Galarian Farfetch'd as well. I think it looks really cool when he's just got
Mhm.
like the big beating stick.
Yeah, it's cool. I can't even remember the name of this thing, but I used one. Pommy.
Palm Mott if it's the last one.
Yeah, I can't remember because I actually didn't evolve it till so long, so I didn't realize how you evolved it till
Yeah.
I googled it.
Yeah, and I wasn't ever like bringing a Pokemon out with me and just walking with
Neither
it.
was I. So like whenever I
Uh,
found that out, I literally just went back and forth for like 10 minutes and was like, "Wow."
yeah.
And then the Lucario ones overall. I hate to be that guy, but Lucario is so cool.
Lucario's
It
cool.
it
It's
just
fine.
is. It's just so cool.
It's a valid take. Like
Fair.
I think everyone's okay with Lucario. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone dislikes it really.
I will say
Except maybe if they think that it had like, because if you like got in at Gen 4 or watched a lot of Gen 4, you might think that Lucario has like a bit of the Charizard vibe going on.
it does though. Like
But not to the extent. Like
not to the extent.
I
No.
don't think it's got to the extent where like it's annoying how much they like use Lucario.
No, no, no.
But
Yeah.
but it definitely did get some favoritism.
On yours now, Machoke. Fair enough.
Machoke, yeah, same. Heracross, I think is really cool.
Yeah, I
Um,
was tossed. I was close. If it wasn't for Hitmontop's existence,
yeah,
Heracross would be easily in there.
like we said, Brillium. One used to really piss me off, and now I like it because it's like the best. It's the best like false swipe user.
Fair.
So it's really good for
I
catching
think you were gonna say like
Pokemon.
Spore or something. I was like, oh no, false swipe.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
well, no, it's like it's got Spore, false swipe, and then it's also got Technician boost and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Krogan, cool as hell. Rock's Krogan,
yeah.
the goat.
I didn't. I don't think Gen 5 has. I should probably have gone for Scraggy, to be honest.
Yeah, it
But
was
like I didn't
Throw,
really think about it. But
Sock, Conkeldurr line, and then Scraggy and Scrafty, I think, were the options.
yeah,
Conkeldurr, I think it looks too much like an old man dick, and that's why I can't like it.
an old man dick.
Yeah, it just he looks like an old man, and then the veins are just too
I yeah,
like
I kind of like that he looks like a muscly clown, but that's fair if you think he looks like an old man dick.
yeah. It's just everything about him. Like
Yeah.
these just look, you know what I mean?
No, I kind of get it. Yeah, it's fine.
You already
Chestnut,
talked
like I
about
said,
Chestnut earlier.
I like the line. And then Marshadow, my
I was about to say
I think I
Musharna.
think Marshadow is my favorite mythical.
The problem with some of the mythicals is if you don't pay attention to the movies or you don't watch the movies, you have no knowledge of what they are.
Yeah, so I like didn't really have any knowledge of Marshadow. Marshadow I got when, so it was when Zeraora was like the event thing that I was talking about.
Hmm.
Like the strategy was to have someone use Marshadow, someone use, I think it was Rhyperior to take in all the electric attacks, um, and then have someone be in Grimmsnarl to set up screens, and then someone be in having a Lowland Marowak for some reason.
For some reason, yeah, fair.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. There was a full strat for all of those members, but then you would just, and then like I really like his signature move of like just like sucking up all the stats and then just like
Fair.
attacking. Like I think
Yeah.
he's just so cool. And then you've got the boys. So I love the fact that they're just like little Centurion Kirby's
Phalanx? No.
coming at
Is
you.
that what it's
Yeah,
called?
phalanx. I don't.
Yeah.
It's because I don't know how you would actually say the word that they're like based on.
Fair.
Um, and then you got Flamigo. I love the boy.
Fair. And then Krogan overall.
Krogan overall, because I really like the one in the anime that just kept stabbing Brock whenever he got horny.
Yeah, I respect it. Nobody cares. Okie doke. On the poison, I went with Victory Bell exclusively because of the anime.
That's fair.
And the noise it makes, the fucking like I'm like, oh my god. Ariados, I think it's
I
cool.
I don't like Gyarados.
I like Ariados a lot. I remember trying to use a spinner rack as a kid. Obviously, like it's so bad, so it's
Yeah.
pointless. But like I was like, I love this.
I think also because Ariados was like a dick in the anime. I was like, I don't like this guy.
Fair.
Like,
As
Ariados was always like there'd be like a group of Ariados and they would always just try and kill everyone.
yeah, as the Viper, I like Poison Tail as a move, and it was in my head it was the only Pokemon that could learn it.
All right.
I know it's not, but in my head I was like
Well,
when I was a
Poison type
kid,
with a tail though, so
yeah, and I was like, yeah, it's also cool. The whole thing with Zangoose is cool as well.
yeah.
Krogunk, need I say more?
It is actually, yeah. The thing with Zangoose is really cool. And
Trubbish, I think he's just cute. To be honest, I think Trubbish
Trubbish
is
is
cute.
great.
Garbodor's.
Have you seen the piece of art or whatever it is where it's like all the cat Pokemon and Trubbish is on it?
Yeah.
So then like, everyone was like, Trubbish is a cat now.
Dragalge. It's kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing more. I used a Alola Muck in my playthrough. Um, I like that it just looks like it's taking loads of LSD. It's just a muck that's taking
Yeah.
LSD.
I like it because it's based on like when water and oil like mix. I like it.
Hmm. But
Although
also,
because of that, I kind of wish it was like water poison, but also I
but I
like
can
it
get it.
being dark
It is what it
poison,
is.
just in
Yeah.
terms of like
Overquill. Isn't that what this? Like
yeah.
it's in my list, but I don't probably know what it's called.
I like Overcooked because it just looks like Quillfish just went.
Yeah, Quillfish just inflated.
Yeah, Quillfish
Also, it was
inflated and evolved.
foreshadowed in like the previous game, which was cool.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was because it's how you get Manaphy in Legends, isn't it? It's like referenced in the Diamond and Pearl games,
Yeah,
the
it's cool.
remakes.
Whipper, may I say more? Whipper,
Yeah,
may I say more?
I mean, spoiler, we're gonna see Wooper there twice again.
Nidoking, that's
I
fair.
really like Nidoking. I like the fact that it has like good like coverage and stuff.
You're a speedrunner.
Um,
You like to evolve your Nidoking early
yeah,
in
true.
Mount Moon and then just sweep the
I'm
game.
Moon Nidoking sweep. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I really like Quillfish. Um, I don't know why.
Is that a
I
shiny,
think
or
for a
does
lot.
it just fucking blend in so well?
Yeah, that's the shiny. Um, the shiny one. I got the shiny one because it was the meta for doing one of the like the raids that have been going on in Pokemon again.
Fair enough.
So I was like, well, if I'm going to be raiding with it, I'll get a shiny one.
Fair.
Survivor, I really like because Survivor is featured in the Gen 4 anime
Hmm.
as Jesse's Pokemon. And basically, if it was a Pokemon that was in the Gen 4 anime, it gets a boost.
Fair. That's also cool.
Purdue, it's a small circle with legs. Um, I really like Scolipede. I do also like Trubbish and
Well,
things and some of the other ones, but I really like Scolipede whole line.
I was between Whirlipede. I liked Whirlipede more. Don't know why.
That's fair. I just remember like also Scolipede like in the anime is like huge. It's like a horse. It's like this
Yeah, it's
horse.
massive.
Crazy. But I remember like playing the game, getting the first form. Uh, what was it? Was it Villipede?
Venipede.
Venipede, that's it. And then being like, oh, this is a cute little bug, I'll get that. And then seeing it evolve into Whirlipede, and I was like, this is cool. And then it evolved again, and I was like, oh shit, this is badass. And it just like wasn't that actually that badass because it's just a poison bug. It's not great.
Fair. Skrelp.
Um, Skrelp, yeah, I like both of them. I just like the cuter version of it better, I guess.
Fair.
Toxapex, I liked Marini in the
Oh.
anime.
Mm-hmm.
The way that like I can't remember quite why, but James ended up looking like a Marini, and then it like fell in love
Because
with him.
yeah, because he had like seaweed in his head or something. I don't even
That's
remember
it.
what it
Yeah,
was. And
yeah,
then it just kept latching onto his head all the time.
yeah. And then you got Quillfish again because I really like Quillfish.
Fair. And then
Then
the
you got
goat.
Wooper twice. Need to say more.
Need I say more? Okie doke. Let's go ground next. Onyx, kind of just the goat.
Yeah, but what if I just turn the
Turn
sprinklers
the
on?
sprinklers on. Yeah. Quagsire. Well, he's a part of the Whipper line. He gets in.
Boy.
Swampert. Swampert's so cool, man. This is what it is. Gliscor. Ash had a Gliscor. That made me love Gliscor more, and it was one of the ones.
Because he was
Yeah,
just
and
like a useless Ligar, and then he was like, now I'm a Gliscor, I can do things.
yeah, it's like I'm gonna learn every fucking utility, every move in the world. Or what? I'm gonna use Brave Bird, sure. I'm gonna use all these really powerful moves. Stone Edge, yeah, I'll use that too. I was like, where the fuck did you get this from? Excadrill, I used one. It's so good. Also, the really edgy one that what's your bake had? Iris had was funny.
Yeah, it just fucking stayed in drill form. It was like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm good.
and then like some pissed it off. It would just go berserk.
Yeah.
Steelix is Steelix, and
Yeah,
I had to put it in somewhere. So Mega Steelix gets in. Saying I had to put it in somewhere is a spoiler that it's not my Gen 2 Steel type. Um, look at him, little Sandy boy.
I do like Sandy. Yeah,
I
Sandy gets
also
great.
like the
Also,
lore.
that's another like Pokedex entry that's like badass because it's
Yeah,
like a kid touches the spade and it fucking dies.
yeah, it like takes its soul or some shit, and
Yeah.
you're like, whoa. Rooney, yeah, I like the whole thing about this. I like
Really?
it.
Some people absolutely fucking hate Rodriguez.
Yeah, I like Coffee Rodriguez, and then they added like, but it's ancient, and I was like, it's cool. I just like the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Some people were like, why isn't it Rock Ghost? And then some people were like, why the fuck do I have to do this stupid evolution method?
I like those things. I like those like niche evolution methods.
Yeah, I like when it's something different. I think it might be a little too niche, to
Niche.
be honest, because it
Yeah.
was like take like 42 damage and then go there or something like that, and it was
Yeah.
like that's maybe a little bit beyond because like how would you ever figure that out?
Yeah, exactly. How did anyone ever
Um,
evolve one?
yeah,
Claude Sire may say, should I say more?
this is just a little four corners of Wooper right here, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, but then kind of the goat gets in. No, sorry, the OG gets in as the best. So it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I agree. I think I think Quagsire is better than Quadzire.
Fair. All right, this is your one.
Got Marowak, mommy issues.
You can relate to that then, yeah.
Then we got Champy. I love the little elephant. It's cute.
Fair.
Groudon. There actually wasn't too many ground types that I actually liked from Gen 3.
Fair.
But I just thought I do actually like Groudon best out of the trio, so I thought I'd just represent the fact that he's my favorite of those three there. Actually,
Fair.
having said that, I just had to double check that I didn't put Rayquaza as like my favorite legendary from Gen, because I do also like Rayquaza, but I do like Groudon more.
Paloswine?
Mamoswine actually.
Not as fine, sorry.
Yeah, I really like Mamoswine, like the woolly mammoth Pokemon.
Fair.
Again, actually, the Legends Arceus helped boost Mamoswine because getting an alpha one where it's like it feels like it's the right size is like really hype.
Oh yeah, they're massive.
Yeah. And then Excadrill, same thing, just so good. Like setting up sandstorm and just like wrecking everything.
Yeah.
Um, I
Primal
actually really
Groudon.
yeah Primal Groudon because I really liked Primal Groudon and I played
Fair.
Omega Ruby was one of my like as much as it is a downgrade of Ruby, like that was one of the more fun Pokemon games that I played through as well.
Fair. What's it? Mudsdale?
Yeah, Mudsdale, I really liked. I liked it. Like I can't. I think Mudsdale was like either seen before the game came out or one that I saw like something early on about it or something.
Yeah, I
But I
used
was like,
one
oh, I like the
in
source.
my playthrough. Like I just remember, like, was it lowering their speed with like bulldoze or something, and then just being like, "Yay, let's go!"
Yeah, and then it had like high horsepower and it had like stamina and
Yes.
stuff. I remember it just
Hmm.
being like super strong. I really like Ursaluna.
Same.
I don't know if I don't know like if I think it's like the best way that the like Ursa Ring could have evolved and stuff. I think it's a little bit clunky that way, but I also really love its design like anyway. Like I maybe would have liked it if it wasn't like an evolution to Ursa Ring, but was like an alternative evolution.
Yeah, or yeah. Like
Yeah,
Candy Archer goes into this instead.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, but I still really love its design anyway.
Fair.
Look at these boys. I love the punk rock Magnemites.
Fair. I just put mine in a different place, but we both agreed on ours.
Yeah, yeah. And I got the shiny, so I could put it in there. Um, and then yeah, Mudsdale won out overall.
Fair.
But it's weird. I really like ground types, but like when it came to it, like Mudsdale was the one that won. Like it, like because I used to think like if I was like a gym leader, which type would I be? And I
Mm,
was always between steel and ground.
fair. I
Um,
just realized we're like taking so long with this. I'm gonna start.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna start speeding like three at a time.
well, maybe we should like or, like back and forth each one. So
Yeah.
like now we're on flying. Like let's both talk about who are. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got the same Farfetch'd.
Farfetch just is what it is.
Yeah, League Boy. He's great.
You with Murkrow, I went with Skarmory.
I hate Scamry.
I see. I like Skarmory.
I don't understand how he flies. He's just got knives.
Fair. Shadow Lugia. Shadow Lugia.
Shadow Lugia is just it. Like we said this before the podcast started, absolutely unfair to put Shadow Lugia in here because it's such a cool design.
Yeah, I like how they included it as a Gen 3, even though it was released in Gen 3, but it's like, oh, it's Gen
Yeah.
3. Yeah, sure. You
Do
went with
you want
Starly, I went
and I
Staraptor.
Starly, yeah, that it's such a good line. I mean, apart from like Gliscor, who you put somewhere else, I don't think there's actually that many flying types.
Yeah. I went with
But yeah,
you went with what the fuck is that? What's it called again?
Vullaby. I love Vullaby. It's like it's a vulture, and it's like its nappy as a skull. I love it.
Fair. I went with Oh, what the fuck? Swoobat, Swoobat,
Swoobat.
Swoobat, Swoobat.
That's fair.
I used it in my playthrough and using like heart press, whatever the move was that it had. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
look
it
at
just
him,
did
he's
that,
just a
like,
happy
just puts a
boy.
little heart on the screen. It's
Yeah.
gotta keep moving stuff.
Oh,
I
you went for Noiver and I went for
I went
Noibad.
for the evolution. I actually do kind of like. I don't know. It's kind of close. I like both of them.
Fair.
Um, I did think when initially when I saw Noibat, I was like, I don't like this because it looks too sort of cool. Like
Mm.
it looks like they tried too hard to make it look like even though it's not the pseudo legendary for Gen 6, it kind of looks like they tried too hard to make this like this is the cool Pokemon you want to get. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
kind of
don't
like the
like that.
Flygon to this Salamence, if you will.
Yeah, true actually.
Yeah. You went with Oricorio fucking pom pom form. I went
I
with Rowlet here.
I really like flying electric types.
Fair. I like Rowlet a lot, so and
That's
I
fair.
didn't
Rowlet
had
was
to get
like
him in.
literally everywhere else on my list, so I didn't want to put him there as well.
Yeah. You went with
Galarian
or
Zapdos.
Galarian, sorry, Zapdos. I went with Corviknight. I think Corviknight's so cool.
He is cool. I also liked. I like the flying fighting type.
Fair. Speaking of flying fighting types.
Yeah. Yeah, we both went for for Flamigo. I doubled up on Flamigo. I didn't even realize.
Fair.
But yeah,
Yeah, in terms of your favorite, you went with Zapdos. I went with went with Shadow
you went
Lugia.
with Shadow League. Yeah, that's fair.
Eco-
Psychic types. Who did you go
Psychic
for? Oh,
type,
Alakazam.
Alakazam, easy.
Easy. Yeah.
You went with I went with Espeon.
I didn't really like any of them, so I went for Celebi.
Fair.
I don't. I'd like Espeon's fine. I in this sprite farm at the very least, I don't like its like split tail. It freaks me out a little bit.
Fair. I went with
You
you
went
went
with
with Beldum.
Gardevoir. Shiny Beldum. So shiny. So I have like a soft spot for Beldum in particular and shiny because that was my starter in RS.
Did you take? Did you use it? Did you trade it in, or like you get a free one? Don't you?
So you got a free one when the game came out, like how they gave you like a Torchic that had like the Mega Stone when you got like Gen 5 when that came out and stuff like that. The one they gave you was a Mega Stone holding shiny Beldum.
That's cool.
And I was like, yo, that's hype. So then I just like I got Mudkip, but he like stayed in the box, and I was like,
I like doing
my
that.
starter is shiny Beldum.
I went with Goliath because yeah, you went Bronzor. Fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't really think there was that many good ones in in that gen.
Goliath's so cool.
Yeah, but...
You literally talked about how you like the fucking humanoid like fighting things earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
You like fucking steel
should.
coin over fucking badass fighting psychic.
But I do like his cry, where he just jingles.
I went with Victini. I went with BHM or Elgia, whatever fucking one it is.
Yeah. I was looking at the wrong one. I was like, what? How did you go for Orangaroo? But that's because I was looking at your Mega Gallade, not normal Gallade.
Fair. Yeah. So
yeah, I liked Victini. Again, that was Gen 5. I got Gen 5 on release, so I got Victini as like the thing. So like I was like, yo, this is cool. This is like a secret Pokemon. He's like number 0 and he's got a cool cry.
Fair. This is like another lore one for me. Like the whole like basically being an alien that can like control people's minds and memories and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Crazy. I also did like a boss fight with one where it basically ET'd itself back home in an RPG thing where they woke it up and then it just tried to go home and they were beating the shit out of it and then it like talked to him and was like, "Can let me go home for fuck's sake." Hoopa?
Yeah, I like Hoopa. I don't like its other form, but I like the little sort of cute mischievous form.
Fair. I talked about my love of Gallade, so Mega Gallade just gets in there by default. It's just edgier, like designed by a 12-year-old.
I will say one thing I don't like about Gallade is like his like circle just like above his legs.
I mean, it's wide,
like just that,
hips.
yeah, just that like wide, like it looks like he swallowed like a
yeah, he's eating a Tic Tac, and it's not when it's like in the when like Tom and Jerry when they eat something and it goes the whole way down their body.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I don't really like. He looks like he swallowed a giant like frisbee or something.
Fair. You went with Alolan Raichu, which is fair. I went with Orangaroo because just look at him.
I like Orangaroo. Orangaroo was my wasn't my normal type, but it was at one point.
Fair.
I did switch it, but I do like Orangaroo. I've also got a shiny Orangaroo, which I found by accident.
In the Pokedex, it says Orangaroos have are so intelligent that they've been able to use Pokeballs
Yeah, they've been able
themselves.
to use Pokeballs. Yeah, that is actually cool, actually, from a lore perspective.
Because as I said in my fucking thing, I did it where they basically fought against an Orangaroo trainer. That was.
That's awesome.
I
And the
went with.
Rangaroo wearing red hat.
I went with Orbital.
That's fair. I again, it might be
Strap for
Hisuian
choice here, I
bias,
think, to be honest.
but yeah, I love Hisuian Braviary.
Fair. I think we went for the same pick here. Yeah.
Yeah, I went for Armor Rouge.
Yeah.
And
That's
overall,
fair.
you liked Gallade. I talked about why I like Beldum.
That's fair. That's hype. Bug type
Buggies.
next. I went for
Actually, fair pick for Scyther.
Scyther. Kind of just. Also, I love this art. I don't know what it is. I think it's on one of the Pokemon cards as well. It has this art, and it just sticks with me. Like original
Yeah,
print that has an art that looks like this. So it
I
just kind
actually
of.
like. I also like the fact that Scyther like doesn't change its stats when it evolves. So
I
it's like
didn't even
it's
know that.
basically no, yeah, its stats stay this. Look, they move around, but it doesn't gain any stats.
That's cool. As if
So
it's just put like
kind of like
metal on.
yeah, it's kind of like Scizor isn't an evolution, which I quite like, and it's the same for Cleavar as well. Cleavar doesn't have any increased stats,
Fair.
so
Then I
I
went.
do like that sort of slight uniqueness to it as well.
Fair. You put Heracross somewhere else. I put Heracross here.
Yeah, Heracross is my fighting type, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I really like Yanma.
Yeah.
I like both of them. Kind of spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers. Yamega is my Gen 4.
Yeah, mine as well. But for Gen
Dustox.
3, I went
Anime.
Dustox anime. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it did the same thing as was it Butterfree? Had the
Yeah,
same
it
like
bye bye
yeah,
Butterfree.
yeah.
With
It
a
just
shiny fucking
bye bye
Dustox.
Butterfree, and it made me cry.
Yeah, it went off with a shiny
Um,
Dustox, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe either shiny Dustox or just a different recolor, whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah, well, a different form.
yeah,
I went Yamega. Yeah, as I've said, I've expressed my love for the Pokemon that got
I
evolutions
love
later
it.
on.
So it looks so cool.
Yeah, and then fucking
Like
Speed Boost.
I also really liked that episode as well, where there's where they catch a Yanma. It's like Team
Mhm.
Rocket managed to finally catch a Pokemon. They catch a Yanma, and then they're like
It
accidentally
instantly
evolve it
evolves,
as well.
basically. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just instant evolves in the Yamega, and they're like, "Hey yo,"
yeah.
and then
They're
it's
like, oh yeah, now you're fucked.
no, you're fucked. And it like destroys everything, and then just
Yeah,
becomes useless after that. Not useless, but you know,
yeah.
like Team Rocket
Well,
levels
it's a
after
Team
that.
Rocket Pokemon. Yeah,
Yeah, it gains incompetence
it's
from being
completely
around them for long enough.
yeah.
I'm a Volcarona.
Gen 5.
Dwebble's also a
Volcarona,
shout.
that's fair. I just think Dwebble's really cute. I also think Dwebble, I liked it in the anime because like you could see it outside of its like rocky bit as well.
Yeah, it's got nothing.
And and also I like the fact like Dwebble is like the perfect Pokemon to me that's like it's a bug type, but it's not a bug, but still like clearly
It
gives off
makes
like bug
sense.
vibes.
Yeah, because it is
Yeah.
a crab, but like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went. There wasn't actually that many options for bug types here that weren't
Oh,
because there was just
there was a lot of options because
yeah
they were
there
all
was
Pavilion.
yeah I was
But
gonna, they were
yeah.
all Pavilion. I just went Mega Hair because I just like I don't even think the design's that good, but I just like Heracross that much that it got in by
Yeah,
default.
I actually don't like Mega Heracross. I think it's like
I don't
damaging
like the design, but I just like
personally.
Heracross so much that it got in by default.
Mine's the shiny Pavilion that I got in my Scarlet and Violet playthrough because I couldn't find anything I actually really liked. But it was just like, but it was in my Violet playthrough, so it was like full. It's like my first full odd shiny, I think. Because every other
Type
shiny I've got is either been after like shiny charm or like I've killed like a bunch of them and stuff.
yeah, you've been actually looking for them.
Yeah,
You went Wimpod here, which is fair. I like the Spot and Wimpod. We talked about
that's
them
fair.
before,
And then you've
and
got
then
Charger Bug.
I went Charge Bug.
I love Charger Bug. Like we said in the anime, I love the
Yeah.
fact that he's like a car and mecha pilot.
I went.
Sizzlipede?
I went Sizzlipede. You went
Yeah.
Cleaver.
Yeah, I like Cleaver. I mean,
Fair,
you've
I
got
like
Cleaver
Cleaver
as your rock
also.
type there,
Yeah,
but yeah.
you can see Cleaver comes later, but I was like I like
Yeah.
Sizzlipede. Then I went. I don't even.
Spidops, really? People hate Spidops.
I think Spidops is so dopey. I like him.
That's fair.
I like him when he's in the trees and then he's like, "Oh fuck!"
I love poop rolling.
I
Pokemon
hate that
anyway.
thing. I hate it.
But I love it shiny because it's just rolling a ball of gold.
See, the thing is, I didn't mind it until I like seen its face.
Yeah, oh, and I love his little face.
The thing is, I couldn't see it. I never knew it had like I thought it was just like on top of the head, like
Yeah,
eyes or whatever.
like in the like 1,000 plus Pokemon video, you like it's just like sitting on his ball of poop and he's like, "Hey there!" I love that
Yeah,
little like bit that he does. And then you
I
went for
hate it.
Yanmega
That's
overall.
you.
I went for
I went
Yanma.
Mega overall. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I like his little form. I like his like head kind of looks like
Tennis ball.
like a pilot. It's kind of like how
Oh,
it's
like a
like a pilot's
visor.
like sort of visor and stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the design of it.
Fair. You went Rhyhorn here. I went
Yeah, I couldn't think. What's the name
Aerodactyl.
of its evolution?
Think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm an idiot?
Yeah, I literally just picked Ryan to just make
To
that
do
joke.
the right on.
Yeah, to do the bit.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think I'm
Um,
that dumb?
yeah, I don't actually really like any of the rock types from Gen 1.
Fair. Aerodactyl just kind of
Maybe if I had to pick one that I actually think, maybe just like Caboose.
fair. I went Corsola.
I don't really care for him. I actually found out during this list that I don't really care for the rock type.
Yeah, the rock types kind of. Yeah, I have opinions on them. To be fair,
Yeah.
Shuckle is just Shuckle in it. I went Corsola. I like Corsola. I think it's cute.
Yeah, I just went Shuckle because like yeah, there was barely anything there, and also I do kind of like the fact that it has like some use and niche.
Yeah, Misty also had a Corsola. So.
Yeah, that's based. I'm
Wow.
changing my answer.
Aaron. Fair. Yeah. These Pokemon look unbelievably similar.
What, Aaron and Sheldon?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's a small
Yeah,
circle win.
small circle boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. To be fair, Aaron only got in there because there was literally no one else I liked.
I like Lily
Like
Critterly.
I do not like Lily Anyway, I'm just like, what the fuck are you? Get
Yeah, I
away.
think they're so funny. I love Probopass though. On a for real note,
Probopass is great.
Probopass is great.
I do kind of feel like they saw like an anti-Semitic comic and was like, let's make that a character.
To be fair, I did never thought about that.
He
I
just
just like
weirdly like a like a oh, I can't remember what the term is, but like a like one of the
whatever it is
Jewish
you probably
people
don't
wearing
want to
hats
say.
and stuff.
Okay, I was gonna say whatever it is you probably don't want to say it.
Hasidic
Yeah.
Jewish person.
All I ever thought of was like it's cool how like the little iron bits are connected because
Yeah,
like
I like his mini noses. Yeah, like in
yeah,
the anime and stuff as well.
fair. I went you went
But yeah, like I love Shieldon.
fair shield on,
Yeah,
and then what rock? What's it? Rock and
Shieldon
roller?
Cooper.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is this
Rock and
thing?
Roller.
Yeah, I went
The rock
giggles.
type you can fuck.
The rock flashlight, the man's first ever flashlight. Fair.
Yeah, but, to be fair, you're saying that, but look at the hand jobs that your Gen 6 can give you.
Yeah, exactly. I think Barbaricle's cool.
Oh no! Imagine having eyes on your hands though, and then giving someone a hand job.
Yeah, POV.
I don't want the POV of right next to a cock in the hand.
The weirdest Pornhub category.
You would never jerk off with your eyes open.
I suppose they're all independent. You could probably, she can wink. You could probably just close them. Anyway, you went what? Tyrantrum, isn't this? Tyrantrum.
Yeah, I like Tyrantrum.
Fair.
I actually like him better in Sword and Shield, where he's just like out and about and just chases you down. It was like it was just like chasing Jurassic Park.
We both went edgy Lycanroc.
Yeah, it's the cooler Lycanroc.
It is.
As much as we said about Pokemon being bipedal or quadrupedal, Lycanroc looked better on two legs.
Yeah, the way it like slouches, like in my head is like the fucking, what is it? The fucking cartoon with the fucking hyena like goes like like
yeah,
like,
no.
What's it from Wacky Races? You know what I'm fucking talking about?
Oh yeah, like Muttley. Yeah.
Muttley. That's in my head. It's Muttley the Pokemon, and it's making that noise whenever it like fucking laughs.
I get why it isn't, because like what would you make the other ones to make up for it? But it kind of it should be like a dark rock.
Yeah, I get it. I went Cleavor here. You went Hisuian Garliff.
Yeah,
Growlithe.
Garliff. I love his little like tufts and stuff. I like it. I don't really get how he's a rock type because he's just fluffy, but fair enough.
No, he's not. He's
like
Spike.
Yeah, I know it's like meant to be hard, but it's fluffy. Like, come on, like.
I was so close to putting fucking Salt Boy in here.
I love Soul Boy, but I do also love Clove. To be fair.
Glove.
I didn't really realize it until like playing the game a bit more. Like his face looks like a bit like, without the nose, but like Pinocchio from Shrek. Because he's got like the red cheeks and stuff. He kind of looks like a puppet or something.
You're right. You went Shieldon overall. I went Corsola overall.
I love Shieldon. I think Shieldon's my favorite.
Spoilers.
Is that? Oh yeah, it is.
I went Corsola. Spoilers. I also went Corsola for the next one. So Ghost type next.
Yeah. So there was only the option of the Ghastly line.
Yeah.
I went for Ghastly.
Yeah, I went Haunter.
Haunter that's a bad take. I'll say for your Gen 2.
Ash Haunter.
No, Gen
Oh,
2.
Gen 2,
Gen
yeah,
1 that's fine.
yeah.
Gen 2, that's an absolute dogshit take. That's the worst ghost
Yeah.
type of Gen 2.
It is the worst, but also the best.
Yeah, actually, no, yeah, you're right. It is the best as well.
It's the best of the
Um,
worst. It's also the only one. I would
um,
Bayonet. You went Duskull?
Bayonet's fair. Yeah, I really like Duskull though. Duskull's one of the only Pokemon I have a plush of. So
Fair. Then I went Duskador as well.
yeah, so do I. Again, it was kind of anime based because there was one where in the Gen 4 anime they do like a little section where they all go off to camp, and there's like one episode where they're like doing a race and like everyone nearly dies to a Duskull. Dusknoir.
Have you ever played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games?
No, I've never played the Mystery Dungeon games.
So I guess it's kind of spoiler if anyone hasn't played these games from like 15 fucking years ago. But in the thing, like this Dusk Noir is like being like he's the best guy or whatever. But guess what? He actually not the best guy. He actually the bad guy,
Whoa,
and he makes you trace down the good guy. Isn't that crazy? And then at the
that's crazy.
end, you
Can't
team
believe you
up
just
with
spoiled that.
yeah, and the good guy's actually a Grovile. Spoilers.
Whoa.
You went fucking goal fly.
Golurk. I love
Yeah,
Golurk. Oh, when he flies in the anime, that's
yeah.
it's so good.
We literally just like armed. Was it like arms by side or to arms out? Is it T pose? And I can't fucking
Uh,
remember.
oh, I don't know, but I know his legs like disappear into him, and then he just shoots
Yeah,
out through his like skirt.
yeah. I went Chandler because Chandler actually kind of fucking goaded.
Both of them are absolutely solid takes.
Yeah,
I think they're both the better ghost types of that gen.
but you went. What's it?
Aegis
Slash.
I like Aegis Slash. You
I
went for the
went Mega
Mega.
Bandit because
Like I
Aegis
say,
Slash may or may not come up
I'll
later on
say
my list.
Mega Bayonet is one of the ones that I like because
It's creepy as hell.
its design's consistent, and I like the idea that it's like you fucked up now, I unzipped.
Basically, yeah, it's like, oh shit, oh
It's
shit.
kind of like got the like Mimikyu sort of vibe of like
There's something
you don't
unknown that
want
you're
to you
not wanting
don't
to
want
know.
yeah, you did not want to know what was in there.
Yeah. I went more Shadow for the next one. You went Decidueye, but I
I
already
might
had
have Decidueye in there.
Decidueye,
Yeah,
so
and I already had Marshadow, so
yeah, there wasn't really much of choice here. I don't think.
no. And
The
you went well, you went Galarian
first,
Corsola there, didn't you?
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
could have been either. I think they're both really cool.
yeah.
And then
It's a
you
cool
went,
design.
yeah.
I really liked Basculegion because again it's like Gen 5 love, but also like
I like how,
Basculin was one of the Pokemon that I didn't really care about from Gen 5, but they made it in a way that was like, oh, this
yeah.
is actually really
Hey,
cool.
that was a Pokemon that needed an evolution.
Yeah, yeah. It needed something. Like I actually even really like the White Stripe Basculin more than the other ones.
Fair,
Like so they actually improved Basculin on its own design as well.
fair. I went the graveyard dog.
Grievard. Yeah.
Yeah, and you went Flutterman. I was close to picking
Yeah.
Flutterman, to be fair.
I love Flutterman. It's so strong. Like some of these, like I have like a mixture of like reasons why I like these Pokemon. Like some are like I like the design, some are like I played with this Pokemon. This
Mhm.
one is just
Excuse me.
I
Ayo.
use this. I use it. Yeah. That's where Gardevoir came from in this list.
And then what?
Um,
Decidueye overall.
yeah, this is right
Fair. I
overall.
would Cursola overall.
It's a really good one. I like the sort of the theming of it all, and it's like, yo, you fucked up our corals dying.
Yeah, you had three choices for Dragon Gen 1.
Yeah,
Dragonite, I guess.
we
And then,
both went for the fully evolved.
yeah, you only had one option for Gen 2.
Yeah,
So you had no real choice. You went Shieldon here. I went Flygon Gen 3.
yeah. I like the middle form. I just like the way his eyes are poking out, and he's like, "Can I
Fair
fly
enough.
yet?"
Yeah, it also has funny lore that like the whole thing with Bagon is it just keeps jumping off the fucking cliff so much because it wants to fly so badly, and then it gets armor so that it can jump off the fucking cliff
Yeah.
more. That's funny. I went fucking primal Dialga.
That's fair. I went Gibble. I really
I'm
like
fairly
one from the
sure.
anime.
Yeah, fair.
I also really like Professor Gibble in the new game. There's just a class where he's just like where the art teacher's just like, I'll present to you Professor Gibble, and it's like now
I
there's
didn't
just the
even pay
law that in
attention to
Scarlet and
this.
Violet there is a Gibble that has been given like a board certified qualification of being a teacher.
Yeah. More spoilers for Explorers of Time and Darkness. Primal Dialga's in
Yeah.
it. Hydreigon.
Yeah, Cameron's secret weapon.
Sorry, that's my name. So whenever you fucking, I was like, excuse me.
I like how the excuse was like, "Whoa, we can't believe you doxing me," and then you
What
just
the fuck?
said, "That's my name."
Yeah, but I get it. Such stupid fucking. That guy
Yes.
actually no, fuck him. Bringing 5 Pokemon to 6v6. What a cunt. Letting the good name of Cameron's down. That's all I'm saying.
So true.
I went
We're
Mega
both for a
Sceptile.
mega here. I went for mega Garchomp. I like its design. I know that it's worse than our actual Garchomp, unfortunately, but
I think its design looks worse than normal Garchomp.
really, I love its little scythe hands.
I think fair. I just like Sceptile like a big deal. I went a little
I
on
I I
Executor.
th- I, th- I think Sceptile and Mega Sceptile are still both step downs from Grovyle. So
Yeah, fair. I
although
went
the Executor is great, I went for the middle form of the pseudo legendary because I think the last form's terrible.
on the first form is mid also, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that. Then Dracofish, but I already used Dracofish,
yeah,
so I
that's
went
absolute
Dracopult.
legend.
So
Tatsugiri, we both picked the correct form as well, the orange form.
yeah, the orange one's the best one.
Yeah,
No questions
and
asked.
then Hydreigon for favorite. You went you went for the Primal
Primal
Dialga.
Dagger,
That's
yeah.
fair.
So there's no dark types in Gen 1. Well, sorry, there is a dark type in Gen 1. There's quite a few,
Yeah,
apparently.
missing no the dead ghost Pokemon before you get the Soul Scope.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that's a dark type as well. Even though
We
it's
both went
clearly
the
just like
correct
a
choices
haunted, but
here in Missing No and then Gen 2 Umbreon. So, yeah,
yeah.
the
Was
correct
Umbreon
choice.
the only dark?
And no, I think no, because there would have been Murkrow.
Oh, Murkrow. Oh, you would use it for flying.
There might have been something else, but the other two that come to my head. You went Nunsleaf because you were talking about how much you
Yeah,
like Seedot.
I went for the Nipple Boy himself.
I went
Um,
Cacturn because of the fucking in the anime the guy's dressed up as the fucking Cacturn. You know what I'm talking about?
oh
No,
yeah.
it's funny.
That's fair.
Then I
I
went.
also I literally like one of my favorite. I know it's a weird thing to like about Nuzleaf is the fact that he's like one of the only Pokemon with nipples for some reason.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
I don't know why they gave him nipples, but it just makes me laugh when first see it.
Fair. Oh, I nearly picked Honchkrow, but I actually love Darkrai so much.
That's fair. He was always just too edgy for me. Was Darkrai?
Fair. Speaking of edgy, my pick after that.
Yeah,
You went Crocodile. I would have picked Crocodile if it was Sunglasses Crocodile, but without that option, it could not be me.
yeah, but shiny Crocodile though.
Um,
They did Crocodile so dirty with a shiny.
Fair. You went
Yeah, Mega Absol. That's fair. That's
Mega.
Mega Absol looks to me like what I imagine like most Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Digimon look like.
Yeah,
Like it's done in like the Pokemon art style, but like that's like the design techniques of those like the other things.
yeah, oh yeah. It does look like something from an anime, like someone like summons like some sort of fucking pet from another dimension, and this is what fucking
Angelic
comes
and
out.
like the fact that it's like asymmetric as well makes me think of that. And
Yeah, it's really cool though.
yeah, that's
I
fair.
went the fuck Hawaiian Meowth.
Hawaiian Meowth.
I forgot the name of I forgot the name of the region. What the fuck is it called?
Alolan.
Alolan. I was like, it's not the word Alola, is it?
I went for Incineroar.
Incineroar. That's fair.
Because I like him in Smash as well.
I went
He's
Obstagoon. You went Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl, yeah. It was one of the ones where like, because Obstagoon I think we knew about Obstagoon before the game came out.
We did, yeah.
Grimmsnarl, like we knew about Impidimp, and then I was like, oh, Impidimp's cool, and I was like, once I like, evolved it once. Actually, no, I think I found because you find Impidimp in the same place you find Morgrams.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw Morgan first, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's the evolved form of Impidimp." And I was like, "Oh, I wonder if it evolves again." And I was like, "Damn, this is a badass Pokemon."
Yeah, it's crazy how jacked it gets.
Yeah, but it's like jacked because of its hair. I like its like lore as well. It's cool.
Yeah, then you went King Gambit. I went Meowscarada because it stands
That's
up on
fair.
all twos, all twos.
Yeah, you like that. You
Yeah,
like the bipedal cat Pokemon. Yeah.
me, Gardevoir, Vaporeon, and Meowscarada went to the club together. Then I went Darkrai overall because I'm a little simp bitch.
I went Crocodile overall.
Fair. And then
Gem 1 Steel. You went for the 3 Magnemites. I went for 1.
oh, cringe. And then
Scizor. Yeah, correct answer.
Scizor is like what in the my top 3 favorite Pokemon of all time.
Jirachi, correct answer. Good job.
Yeah, I
You
like
got it right.
the Jirachi Wishmaker movie if you've seen it.
That's fair. No, I don't think I've seen that one actually.
Basically, apparently the whole lore of Jirachi is it comes out like every 1,000 years just to fucking grant wishes.
All right.
So like realistically, you should never be able to find one because what are the chances that you're in the time period where
Yeah.
it's been 1,000 years since it last woke up.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole thing is that like they find it and it's all like just vibing, but they don't, and then its eye opens in the middle. It's really creepy. That's an eye. If you didn't know, that's a fucking eye on its chest.
Oh yeah, no, I did know that actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
it just looks kind of like a pouch or something, doesn't it? But yeah,
yeah,
I
but
didn't
it
know.
opens up and it's a fucking eye.
Yeah,
Magnezone, good shout, but
that's fair. You went for Dialga. I
I
mean,
also realized I doubled up on Excadrill, but it is what it is.
we both had a double up. It's all right. Well, I'll
Yeah,
forgive you. I went for Bishop.
fair,
Yeah, one of my Gen 5 favorites.
fair. I went Klefki.
I always struggle with Gen 5 teams because I like so many of the ground and dark types.
Yeah,
I
they're
struggle
cool
to
as
make a
hell.
balanced team because they're all so cool. The good dark and grounds.
Mega Lucario. I went
Klefki,
Klefki.
nice. That's a good pick.
I think people
I
give
love
Klefki way
Klefki.
too much hate.
Yeah, Klefki is like the epitome of like item Pokemon.
Yeah, I also used it in one of my campaign things for Pokemon D&D, where they had to catch one because it was like holding something they needed because it picked it up because it was shiny. Uh,
Yeah, because it does that, doesn't it? It collects keys as well.
yeah, I was like they needed a shiny thing and it just like picked it up and was like, "Hey yo," and they were like trying to kill it and it was just like no. uh,
Alolan
Togedemaru,
Sandslash
is that what
and
it's called?
Togedemaru. Yeah, Togedemaru. I like it because anime again.
Fair.
The
Sounds
Sun
like
and Moon
just.
anime. It's cool in that.
I didn't even know it was a steel type. I've never used one, and then I seen it was in the list. And went, it must be a steel type.
That's fair. I think I've only ever like really used it in Pokemon Go. I think I've got a shiny one, but
Fair.
I don't think I ever used it in
Berserker.
game either.
Berserker, you
Because
went?
yeah, Berserker's next. But the reason why you want to use Sandslash is because all of those ice type Pokemon are like right at the end of the game in Sun and Moon.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So
That makes
that's
sense.
why like no one ever used like Crabominable. No one really used, but people made
I
the
used
exception for
Crabominable.
Alola Ninetales because it looks so good.
Yeah, I picked up Crabble because you get a thing really early, like the fucking the
Yeah, you
other
can get the
thing.
Crabrawler like super early, but then
Oh,
like
and
I think it only evolves in the like area at the end.
yeah, because you go into the mountain thing before you go up to the
Yeah,
Elite Four, and then there's just the fucking ice stone there that you need for evolutions as well. I went
yeah,
Zamazenta.
yeah. Zamazenta.
I like it so much more than the fucking. I like the shield's the main also because it's like a lion
Yeah,
dog thing.
I'll say it actually looks better in this 2D render
Yeah,
than it does normally.
I don't like this thing is right. I don't like Dark Souls, right? And I think anyone that
That's
liked
fair.
Dark Souls went, it's the dog, it's the dog
Yeah,
from
that did
Dark
annoy me that
Souls.
everyone was like, "It's the dog from Dark Souls." And it's like it's just also using the same mythos. It's like,
Yeah. And then we picked the right choice of Tinkaton.
yeah,
You're wrong otherwise.
yeah, it's so true.
And then Scizor, I went for
Its
favorite.
lost so good that it just like taking out like Carbonites.
Corviknight. That's why there isn't like any or some shit. And I'm like, I love that. I love that
It's
there's like
that's why they don't use Carbonite taxis and they use those
mhm,
4 parrots instead.
so funny. Uh oh,
I don't think that's like
oh
law. Like I've just noticed on your fairy type, the Mimikyu you've used is dead.
yeah.
Yeah, I chose Bishop as my favorite because Gen 5
Fair.
for first game, a lot of memories.
All right. Fairy type is
Jigglypuff, yeah, because we're both Hungrybox fans.
yep. That's it.
I went for Azumarill because I like huge power.
Fair. I went Togetic just because anime and Togepi.
That's fair. Yeah.
And then I doubled up on God of.
Yeah.
So
And then
Togekiss
Mime
for Gen
Junior.
Togekiss and Mine Junior. Okay, fair. I Togekiss though. It is what it is.
I like Mime Junior because of the anime.
Fair.
Straight simple.
Whimsicott, the correct answer.
I mean, it was Whimsicott or first form Cottony. So
The correct answer. I went for
I like
default
Flabébé.
default skin baby.
I went for fucking what is it called?
Slurpuff?
Was that? Yeah. Because that was my first ever actual shiny.
Oh really? That's cool. Also, it's
Yeah.
not. It's ugly as fuck. Uh,
Slurpuff. I like it shiny though. Turning it from like a strawberry to like a chocolate though.
yeah, but at the same time,
Oh
yucky.
yeah, I mean, it's not a great Pokemon, but it was my first shiny, so I have to give it some respect.
Fair. I went Dead Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu's cool. I love the whole
I
thing
went
behind it.
Tapu Koko. I like him.
Fair. You went Galarian Rapidash. I went Grimmsnarl here.
I already used Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, I hadn't.
Yeah, but I also do like Galarian Rapidash. I think it felt right that we had the fairy type and they used it to make like an actual like My Little Pony style unicorn.
Yeah, you went with what the fuck?
Iron Valiant.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it's called.
I think it's really cool, like the way that it mixed like Mega Gallade and Mega Gardevoir together.
Yeah, I went with Teenage Jigglypuff that's dyed its hair.
Yeah.
What is it actually called again?
I went to Screamtail.
That's the one.
And
Does it even have a tail?
You went dead Mimikyu.
I
Not,
actually
not
love.
really.
I
don't
love
think so.
Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu, like, I like the whole lore that it's so fucking sad, depressed, that it wants people to like it, that it dressed up as Pikachu. I think that's so cool. It's actually very sad, but I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yoink. Starter. That's your list? This is my list. No, this is
yes.
yours. So for
So I
starter,
went
you want Bulbasaur?
You went Pikachu.
I want Pikachu. Chikorita. I think we've sort of spoke on all of these.
I actually really like.
Put it up.
Yeah, let's just go for ones that we didn't really talk about. You like Torterra the most.
Yeah, I think Torterra is the best. You went Turtwig. I just like Torterra because whenever I see it in the anime, it made me like it more.
Yeah, apart from Ember and Blaziken, I went for the first forms for all of them.
Fair. I went Duat, Greninja. A lot of repeats here, to be fair.
Yeah, you went. You like Sobble the most there.
Yeah, I like Sobble. Sobble's a little boy. Look at
That's
him.
Fair.
And then what? Gimmick forms. Gen 1.
Gimmick forms. I really like that. This is maybe one of my hotter takes. Is I really liked the fighting psychic Mewtwo rather than the one that was like the arguably better one.
Yeah, you like the one that was buff.
Yeah, I like the strong one where he gets like muscly hands. Muscly hands and thighs for some reason.
I love Gigantamax, or whatever the fuck it's called. Gengar.
Oh,
I like it.
It's so good where he just comes a big open mouth.
Yeah, Ash uses one in the anime. I love it.
Yeah.
Because at first, like, there's a whole thing. Whenever the DLC came out for Sword and Shield, or it was around that time, or whatever it was, he went to the Isle of whatever to get the fucking tea, so that he could get the thing to make, because it only went normal thing, and then it went yeah. So I went Heracross here just because I actively dislike Mega Scizor.
Oh, that's fair. I actually really like it. I like the fact that it's like it gets like longer clamps and stuff.
I don't like that. I think it looked cool if it wasn't for the longer clamps. You went for Fuckable Princess. I went for Fuckable Furry. Yep.
Yeah, I went Fuckable Princess, then Fuckable Prince for my next two.
Yeah, I went for Fuckable Fight Boy. And then we both went Garbodor. Nice.
Yeah, I mean it was Garbodor or Dino. So
sorry. I also just want to point out that I've just like tripled up on Rayquaza here.
Your favorite form, legendary and legendary in general, and Pokemon from Gen 6 in general. Your favorite Gen 6 Pokemon is a Gen 3 Pokemon.
Yeah. Then I went. You went Marowak. Oh, you went Salamence. Sorry. Yeah.
I went. Oh yeah, Alola Marowak doubled up here, but
fair.
You know.
Yeah.
This was Hisuian. Oh, you went for Hisuian Zoroark. I went for Hisuian.
Yeah, I couldn't not.
Decidueye. Then we both doubled
Wooper. Yep. And then Wooper is the goat. For real.
Legendary, I went Zapdos.
I went Mewtwo.
To be fair, you only had the choice of Mewtwo, and the birds anyway, so it wasn't a great choice.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it was like basically Lugia and the Beast and Celebi.
I went Celebi. Oh no, I went Lugia. Sorry, Lugia.
You went Lugia, yeah.
And then
I went Groudon. You went Rayquaza. I like
Shaman.
You like? Yeah, I really like Shaman. But I also like. I watched all of the movies that came out for Diamond and Pearl as well, and I really like Shaman in that film.
Fair.
Victini, you went for. I went for Zekrom.
Fair. Hoopa just never did it for me.
I just like it sort of like its style. What the fuck? You went for fucking Cosmoem?
Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know how heavy it is?
Yeah, it's heavy as fuck. It's
I think
tiny.
it's so funny that Ash just holds it in his hand, and it's
Yeah,
like unbelievable. He
that's
just like
true.
puts it. What's her
Yeah,
big? The character, the female character's name escapes me. Just
Lily.
has it. Yeah, she just has it in her bag for like fucking episodes
Yeah,
upon episodes, and it's literally like one of the heaviest fucking things alive.
yeah,
And she
that's
just
funny.
carried it in her bag, like nah, no problem. It is what it
You
is.
you put Zabazed's out again. I went for Zapdos again,
Fair.
and
You went
then
for
I
little
went
fish.
for yeah, Ting You or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like
um,
any of them really, to be honest. I just picked Marion or whatever the fuck it
Uh,
is because
to
it
be
was
to be honest, I kind of went for the firefish because of the exploit you can do.
of
Where
course.
if you start it out right and you just give it dark pulse, you can just keep repeatedly doing the challenge where you like go back and fight the school people, and just spam dark pulse and you kill everything and it never dies.
Of course.
So you can just spam A, or if you do what I do and I've got a controller with a turbo button, you can just leave it pressing A and just have infinite money.
Fair. And then in terms of your favorite, you went Marshadow, I went Rayquaza.
Favorite. Yeah, favorite from that one. Yeah, I went Marshadow because yeah, I just yeah. Ever since I got it, I was like, this is so badass.
Fair. Favorite Gen
Um,
1, you went Zapdos?
yeah, I really do like Zapdos, and like again, I really like the electric flying combo. Like I like it as
Fair.
a type.
I went Wooper for Gen 2, and then Gen
Gen 2, I
1, I
went
went
Yama.
Scyther. You went Yama, then Beldum, you've explained Beldum. I
Yeah,
went Shadowlugia. Then Gen 4, Darkrai. Then you went Electivire. Fair.
yeah.
Then you went Emboar. I went.
Ember was my first starter,
I
so
went.
it's also
I went
where I slip
edgy.
there.
So
You went for fucking Rayquaza again.
yeah, I went
Um,
Rayquaza again.
I went for
Again.
Phantom.
Fair. You went
I like
Rowlet.
Rowlet. I like Grookey. I like
Fair. I went
Fuecoco.
Decidueye.
These are all sort of ones that we've already discussed.
Yeah, we already
Anyways,
talked
all
about all
picking the
these.
favorites of them all. Yeah, and then Rowlet was my number one Pokemon altogether, and you picked Wooper altogether.
Yep. And then
Let's leave the team one because that's just kind of like picked random ones from the thing.
fair.
See if there's
Let's
anything
just
worth talking about on this one.
Ultra Beasts, I
Yeah,
guess.
Ultra Beast, and Paradox. I guess we can talk about.
Yeah, I don't like any of the Ultra Beasts really.
I don't really. The only reason I picked Guzzlord is because I like the noise it makes in the anime,
Mm,
and also it was it's the only Ultra Beast I've got shiny of.
fair. Uh, favorite mythical, I guess.
Buzzwell is cool looking though, but
Yeah.
his shiny's terrible. His Buzzwell's.
Favorite
Um,
paradox. You went Fluttermane.
yeah, I went Fluttermane again just because I think it's an absolute beast.
Yeah, I went Great
Um,
Tusk.
design wise, I actually love all of them to be honest.
I
I get that people like the past ones better, and I get that
them
as well, because the future ones are just kind of like, for the most part. I mean, there are some exceptions to it,
just
like
robot.
Iron Valiant is different,
It's just
but
robot. It's
but
just
like
robot.
but it is like Robot Tyranitar, Robot Delibird.
Yeah, which I don't love. Like at
Like
least
Iron
the
Hands has a difference with like its hands being floating about and stuff, but
yeah, but
like
it's
I do
just
agree that some of them are just
it's hard for them to do it. I get it,
yeah
but like at the same time, that was I was originally gonna go because I preferred the legendary. Like at the time, I was like, oh, I'll
yeah
go fucking dildo rocket boy
yeah
and
big cock dragon
big
yeah.
cock dragon, and then I was like, nah, I'll just I'll just go that because I like the paradox. The past one's better.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I think there was more they could do with them.
Fair.
Um,
And then in terms of maybe evolution, you said
yeah,
you already
evolution
said
said Glaceon. What did you say yours is?
Espeon.
Espeon. You did put Espeon as your sidekick, but you didn't
Yep.
say that was your favorite. But
I
yeah,
was waiting because it's almost as if it was down
what's
here.
your Vivillon? You like the Pokeball
I
one? I
yeah,
actually really like the Sunrise on the Sea one.
fair.
I actually I like your Pokeball take because you actually picked one of the only ones that actually does something different. To be
Yeah.
fair. Whereas
I
I just picked the Luxury Ball because it's the one I like.
these were the best thing in
What
the
did you
world
pick?
in the
Heal
game.
Bug, you picked Spinnerack, like you said.
Yeah,
I actually really like I like the entire Grubbin line, so I went for Grubbin.
fair.
Um, Pseudo Legendary at base take, going for Metagross. There's
Yeah,
one of my like it's maybe not even a hot take, but I don't like that they keep making the Pseudo Legendary Dragon.
I agree. Like
I'll
Metacross is
say
the
though,
coolest.
What the fuck is this? Favorite spinner? Why is it like that?
I just randomly press random like 3 times.
I made mine have 2 spots over its eyes and 2 on its tips of his ear. I was like,
Fair.
I'll make mine a goated one.
Um,
What was your favorite box legendary? Oh, Rayquaza.
Rayquaza's cool as hell.
That's fair. And then original bird, I went for PW, you went for Starly.
Fair. Favorite Pikachu clone? You went Togedemaru. I went Mimikyu. I already said how much I like Mimikyu.
I went for the Pikachu clone that got overshadowed by your Pikachu clone.
Which is the better one? My favorite fossil was Cradilly, though. I love Cradilly.
My favorite fossil was Shieldon.
Shieldon. Yeah, we talked
closely
about that.
followed by Dracovish.
Yeah, your favorite Alcremie wasn't the Gigantamax form? Damn, you tell me you don't like Big Cake? You tell me you don't like Big Cake?
I picked a random Alcremie.
Wow. Fair enough.
What type did you choose? Oh, also Steel. Nice.
I love Steel type. You can tell by the team that I made that has a lot of Steel types in it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a very Steel type team.
Yeah, I didn't need it. It could have just been normal Steelix, to be fair. But
yeah,
these are like some of my favorite Pokemon. Tigaton has pushed their way in.
Yeah.
What did you go for?
I went for Beldum, Shield. My team would get absolutely wrecked by quite a lot of stuff just because I have a Beldum and a Shield on.
Fair. I wasn't making mine in terms of like I was making mine as if I was like, you know, like it wasn't. I wasn't
like in the anime. Well, if I was in the anime, I would be more broken than the guy with the Darkrai, though. To be fair, because I put Zekrom and Zapdos on my team. But...
True. I picked mine like semi realistic, I guess. Like that in my head, I'm like, if I was to have a team, it would probably be a Quagsire, to be honest. But like Wooper, cute AF though. Like Wooper would be the guy that sits on my shoulder and doesn't do anything.
If you're in the anime, you would have started with the Wooper at least.
Yeah, and it would just sit on my shoulder forever and do nothing.
Yeah.
And then everything else would just do the work, and I'd be like, oh, well, I guess I better send out my ace, and then Wooper jumps off his shoulder.
No, that's cool. I like that. Good. It's like a deep dive on, like, we talked a lot about a lot of things of Pokemon design and stuff there. That was good.
Yeah.
Bit of a long one, but, you know, it's the Pokemon episode. We gotta go all out.
If anyone made it this far, go down to the comments and say "fuck you, Notice Z" for not being here.
In the description, I'll put the thing that we all did this on, and if you go to our Discord, which is also in the description, feel free to post it in one of our channels, and we'll take a look.
For real.
I'll be interested to see your Pokemon thoughts and opinions.
Thoughts and takes. Like, do you also like Vaporeon? Do you also like Gardevoir? Do you also like
Wooper?
What else is fuckable?
Do you think Misdreavus is the best ghost type from Gen 2?
Yeah. Do you also like Missing Nose, your favorite dark type from Gen 1? Does Executor have not enough heads? These are important questions.
Maybe one day we'll get Notice Z's opinion on this,
but for now we will not, and we will head off, and we will cry about his non-existence here today.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Well, that'll do it for the podcast. I've been Lion Eagle 22_25, and Curly's been Curly 801. See you again soon.
Bye.